do. Okay, you grab the captains and I'll say the information here when we come back. You got them all?
Well, I'm in a trivia last night.
Where was your?
They not starting third.
That's what I thought. Somebody said no, it wasn't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Right. Those numbers are.
You started 9. That's when it was hard.
I got them all, Hank.
Okay.
When yes. When they receive, start running.
Yes, if you.
He'll wind his arm.
Yeah, so just go to ask me because I don't pay attention.
I feel like you know until
Yeah, no, it's like nothing. Nothing runs until they. I don't really start until they start running.
8, 28, 5, 25, 22. 22, 25, 5, and 8.
I just be very slow.
Yeah,
I got them all, Hank.
yeah. I just wanted to see if I can spot them.
Should they run her again? Who's that? Stop her.
And we're back at the Lawrence High School. All right, we're back at Lawrence High School and ready to go with our ball game as the captains are meeting out there, and your captains are brought to you by Merit Trust Credit Union, your local full-service financial institution, helping you do more with your money and make the best financial plays for your future. Visit Merit Trust Credit Union. What are our 4 captains tonight?
And it looks like the captains for Olathe East, we've got Nick Matlack, Danny Schofield, who is injured, an injured player, came out on crutches, Michael Costello, and Brett Carroll. And for your Chesty Lions, Lance Bassett, Cole Watson, Josh King, Kenton Simmons. So those are big.
Did you see the toss? It must have been won by Olathe. Everyone seems to want to kick off these days after they win the toss.
That's right.
And,
won by Olathe. They deferred. We will receive the kickoff, and it looks like who is deep back there? It is Tyrell Reed, as usual. He's been almost every snap back there deep, and then also Sam Cito for the Lions.
Cito and Reed back deep, standing on the 5-yard line, deep in their own territory. And the kickoff guy for Olathe East is ready to go, drops the hand and kicks the ball high in the air, short, and taken at the 10 by Cito, up to the right side, and he is hit and dives over the 30-yard line. Sam Cito makes that first play as he's able to get the ball back from the 10 out to the 30-yard line, right on the 30, the far hash mark. And Matt, my first play of the season, that kickoff, and I got to tell you, I'm nervous like a kid doing it for the first time.
Hank, you said who it was. You got the right guy. You told him how far it went. You did great. You don't need me here.
All right, well, I definitely do, as you'll see as we go along.
But, Hank, one thing you have not seen is that when you kick off to Tyrell Reed, he is always a threat to go long every time.
That's right, and here comes the first play of the game from scrimmage. 5 yards back, quarterback Grammer's got the ball. Heaves it downfield, complete, down to the 30 or the 38-yard line, maybe the 39. The pass out there completed to
Cole Watson.
Cole Watson makes the catch, and Watson is the guy that is a tight end. He was here on the near side, cut across the middle, and made a very quick, hard-nosed catch. Took it a few more yards and tackled just a yard shy of the Lions' first down of the night. The Lions looking back there in the backfield. Of course, Grammer, the quarterback. Right now, we have the Lions in the backfield with Cole Watson waiting to go line up, and I believe that we have the running back number 2, and that would be
Braden Heck's in the backfield.
Braden Heck.
Tyson Grammer, quarterback. Braden Heck switches sides to the near side. Just a single back set right now. Now he's at tailback.
All right, first play on the after the pass completion and a first down run by Braden Heck. He went well. Now you can stop pushing him backwards, guys. After he goes back 5 yards, 10 yards isn't necessary. I am amazed that the whistles didn't sound quicker on that. That's how you get somebody hurt. First down, that's the important thing for Braden Heck.
Yeah, and they gave him 3 yards on that, Hank. I mean, his forward progression was great until his protection just totally broke down, and all of those Hawks ganged up on him and tried to push him backwards.
They had a big push from the Olathe East defensive linebackers as they got across that first down marker. First and 10, 42-yard line. Quarterback going to throw the ball out here to the near side, and it's a catch and conversion on that pass play up to about the 48-yard line. And the man making that play for the Lions, number 13.
Now, Sam Cito.
13.
Number 3.
Oh, I thought I saw a 13 on there. So he's also a wideout, but Sam Cito's the man. I've got Matt here who's been calling them now for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. 48-yard line. Football nose past the 48. Just about into territory of Olathe East. Here's the pass play. Downfield, diving for it, coming back. I don't think it was completed. That's going to bring up a third down and a long 3 yards to go for Lawrence High School from their own 48-yard line. First incompletion tonight for Grammer. Tyson Grammer, the junior quarterback, has been making progress every game. The running back there with him now is the number 1, Tyrell Reed. And let's see what they come up with as Clint Bowen and his coaches holler in the play to their quarterback. Grammer has 2 wide out to the right, 1 in motion coming back, and here comes Tyrell. He's fighting for that first down, and he'll have it. Boy, that extra 2 yards he got was the difference between a 4th and short and a first down, because he had it and was hit the first time at about the 48 in territory of East. Now he gets it down to the 47 almost, and that's going to be a first down again. Lions a couple of first downs right off the bat, and 2 wide receivers again left, 1 out to the right, 1 out to the left. Now the quarterback looking for a place. Is he going to run it? It looks like he's going to give it a try, and that's the shortest play from scrimmage we've had tonight. Quarterback Grammer looked for somebody downfield for a quick pass, couldn't find anybody, and tucked it under and took off for basically no gain. Ball's right where it was, Matt.
Dom Ostronic to the near side, 2 wide receivers to the far. Tyrell Reed still at running back.
Second and 10. There's the snap. Quarterback back, going to throw it this time. Going long down the field.
Oh, Tyrell! And that's going to be a flag.
Now, we've got a definite pass interference running right into the intended Lawrence High School receiver. Downfield, clear down at about the 20-yard line when he got bumped and knocked off his feet. Which one of our guys was that was down?
Yeah, that was Tyrell Reed.
He
was down there in triple coverage. And, and basically he was going for the ball, but just absolutely ran into the back of the Olathe East Hawk to really stopped. And that's why they threw the flag, because he just went down, Tyrell.
He ran into them hard. Let's say that very simply. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. Takes the ball to the 33-yard line. So the Lions, with a second and long, are aided by a illegal contact. It might have been a touchdown if they let Reed go. Here we go. Turn off, hand off, Reed over the right side, and he's got good running room again as he gets it down to the 25-yard line, fighting for that extra yard. He doesn't give it up once he's hit. He definitely likes to take people with him into that line. Very quick play now, and again, Tyrell's got it over the left side, and not nearly as successful as that first play was.
He'll still get the first down, though, Hank. I think they're going to give it to him. They should, at least where the line judge is.
Well, they're going to move the. Nope, they're not moving them.
Oh,
third
wow.
down.
Okay.
Third down.
Just give the yard on that.
The Lions have to get about a half a yard to get it down there to the 20-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Now they've moved the chain.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
Well, now we go from a third and short to a first and 10 with the ball at the 23-yard line of the Hawks. The Lions, Chesty Lions, ready for the snap. Grammer claps his hands a couple of times. The line looks up. They're changing the play. Play clock down there is ticking away. There's the snap in time. Quarterback back to throw, and we've got a flag down. I don't know if that had to do with the delay.
I think that's going to be on the Lawrence High Lions.
We'll see what the call is. I'm still certain. Oh, there the play clock is over on the other side. Now I see the one most directly in front of me, and that is...
Yeah, the wide receiver on the far side jumped just a hair too quick.
I think the thing is that the play was called, the Lions went up with it, and somebody was changing a play along the way, and the Lions were just slow getting that play to get started. So
First and 15 from the 27 of the Hawks.
First and 15, the call now for Tyson Grammer. And the quarterback ready with Tyrell Reed, is that Braden Heck in the backfield with him this time on a first and 15 yards to go. Man in motion going to the right, handoff going back over to the left side. I believe that was Braden Heck, number 2. And that gives Tyrell Reed a rest for a moment or two, but only gets a yard as they take the ball down for a yard down to the 26-yard line. That penalty, this is tough yardage to begin with. 10 yards is hard enough. Make it 15, and you've got some distance. Now comes the chance for a pass play back in the pocket. Quarterback rolling out to his right, going to go all the way to the end zone. Has a man on the touchdown! Wow! Oh my goodness! If there was a college guy looking at this game, watching Grammer put that ball on the money in the far corner of the end zone, the Lions score on a fabulous 27-yard pass play from Tyson Grammer. Down the wide out that caught that pass was which one?
Dom Ostronic. Nice catch, beautiful catch right in double coverage, right in the middle of the end zone. Touchdown Lions. Dom Ostronic made absolutely, but that ball was placed perfectly.
Yep.
Nice job by Tyson Grammer. Great grab by Dom, who's on our homecoming court tonight.
There's the snap.
Great 1-2.
Ball goes up, and the kick is...
No good.
No good. I didn't see where it went. We're looking into a dark sky now over there, and with our lighting here, I couldn't see it. But the Lions lead it 6-0. 7:15 to go here. The Lions' first possession ends up in a 27-yard touchdown pass from Grammer to Ostronic. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Who is the kicker again?
He's in blue on your sheet.
Hi, this is Matt.
I highlighted him on blue on your sheet.
The
one that I made for you.
Lawrence
Yeah,
High
there
School
it is.
football
Noah
history.
Richardson.
Oh, whatever, Matt. But my favorite play is going to the 23rd
Did that
Street
go
Brewery.
wide to the right, or did it
I
I
get
believe it
in?
was blocked, Hank.
You know I love coming to the 23rd
I believe it
Street
was
Brewery
blocked.
after every game and
Oh, that
enjoying the
was, I
prime
wondered
rib
if somebody got a
sandwich.
And
hand
I
on
love
it.
seeing you there.
'Cause it
But I
didn't
love
look like
seeing
it went
everyone
over the
there,
bar.
too. So join Cole and everyone else at 23rd
Glad to
Street
hear
Brewery
somebody else can
after
see.
the game or anytime. The 23rd Street Brewery.
Well, the Lions
23rd
had
Street
this
Brewery.
fortune with an extra point kick that you think that was blocked.
It looked like it from here, Hank.
Again, looking into the darkness of that tree line over there, it was hard to follow that dark football. Here comes the kickoff, and the ball is booted. High kick, not very deep, taking in the run at the 13-yard line. Upfield to the 20, past the 20 to the 30, breaking free, clear up to the 40, 45-yard line, and the Lions do something there they don't do very often. They let a kick return get by them for a bunch of yards from the 13, 14-yard line, clear out to the 44, so a 30-yard return on that kickoff. That's
Jalen Brown was the deep man for the Hawks, able to really just get away from the Lions and able to get up all the way to the 45. But not very good tackling on that kickoff by the Lions, Hank.
No, several people missed a chance to hit that player who had the ball on the far sideline. That's now the visitors' sideline over there. And now we're going to see the Hawks for the first time. They've got an outstanding quarterback. They love to run a spread offense. They've got two wide each direction, to the left and to the right. A single back behind their quarterback, who's standing in there right now and looking for his first play. Jack Cornell is his name. There's the snap. There's the throw out to the side, and it's incomplete, but a great hit. If he had caught the ball, the intended receiver, number 10, Jaden Brown.
And Banks Bowen came through that line, and I'll tell you what, that hawk, Jaden Brown, he had to hear Banks coming up, because then as soon as he touched that ball, Banks laid into his side, and that ball popped right out.
2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass, partially caused by a good hard hit by the Lions defender. There's the handoff up the middle. Boy, there is nothing there. Oh, my.
Yeah, just like on the other side of the ball, when
the stone wall.
When Braden able to break through a couple and then get pushed way back, I didn't even think he gained 2 on that, Hank. I'm surprised that they gave him 2.
Well, this quarterback is a good thrower, Jack Cornell. He's got a 3rd down and 9 now after 1 yard on 2 plays. There's the pass, and it's complete for a 1st down. Great catch in the middle of 2 different Lions out there.
Yep, Carter Gooding made the catch, and fortunately right into coverage for the Lions. They will bring him down right there, but that's good for 11-yard 1st down for the Hawks.
You could tell this is an experienced quarterback. He's had last year with this team as well. We watched him then, and now as a senior, he's right on the money with that pass, and it's 1st down at the Lions' 42-yard line. And Cornell puts a man in motion coming to the far side. Now back in the pocket, going to throw, has time, puts it downfield, and the flag, no flag. I thought maybe.
Absolutely not. No, if there was any flag at all, Hank, that would have been thrown on the Hawks. Carter Gooding was in wide receiver, but it was just. But Kyle Watson was right next to him, and I could have sworn that the Hawk was pushing off of him.
I thought
Kyle threw his arms up in the air like he wasn't doing it. He wasn't doing it.
I was hoping that it wouldn't be the other way around. Now the quarterback has once again a 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Quarterback keeps it on the pitch, gets it outside, and there is a loss on that play.
Nothing doing. Josh King comes up and tackles that guy right behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a big loss, about 7-8 yards, Hank. Back to the Lion 47. 46.
Well, between the 46 and 47, a 5-yard loss. It's 3rd down and 15, which certainly makes it a different picture now. Also, an incomplete pass here means, well, you're going to have to punt that football. Too close to midfield to make a mistake like that early. The Lions passed the ball complete. The ball was complete. I thought one of the Lions might have tipped it, but a great catch downfield by that number 10, Jaden Brown. He caught the first long pass play, catches this one for a 1st down, clear down to the 21-yard line. A perfect pass by that quarterback. Jack Cornell put it right on the money. And one thing for sure, the quarterback out to the outside, throws it to one of the wide receivers who was in motion, and he's knocked out of bounds after a short gain. I think they started at the 21. He may have gotten to the 20, maybe the 19, so a 2-yard pickup brings up 2nd down and 8. 5:06 to go in the 1st quarter. The Lions lead it 6-0. They got the touchdown, had an extra point blocked, and now their opponents, the Olathe East Hawks, are driving the football. They're down inside the 20. And the quarterback, Cornell, has been on target with some of his passes, but this running play has the best running gain of the night for about 3 yards down to the 15, where it's going to be 3rd down and 5 yards to go.
Yeah, Tate Meyer wrapped him up right at the line of scrimmage, but the running back was able just to pull Tate 5 yards. That's what gained the yardage on that, just this brute strength by the running back at the Hawks.
And again, 3rd down, and I said 5. It's closer to 4. So 4:30 left to go when this play goes off, and Cornell looks over his two wides on each side and fakes the handoff to the fullback.
Wow.
Now is wrestled down for a loss back to the 10-yard line.
Ken Simmons just powered through that line. He hit Cornell right away, but Cornell had handed the ball off, and then he just switched men and knocked him down for no gain. 4th down.
No gain at all right at the 15-yard line is where they mark him down. I would have thought he may have lost a little bit. They're going for it. They're not going to try a field goal. 4th down and 5 at the 15-yard line. He's been good on some key plays here earlier, and that pass is incomplete. It was right into the arm of the guy that's got
Jaden Brown, right in and out of his hands. That would have absolutely been a 1st down, might have even been a touchdown, but Jaden Brown not able to hang on to it. Lions are going to take over right there at the 15-yard line.
15-yard line. Jaden Brown, again, had that ball go right through his hands, so he's caught him the biggest pass plays tonight by Olathe East. He's caught the ball. That one just sailed right past him as it went through his arm.
Tyrell Reed in it, running back. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 wide receiver to the near.
And Lawrence High School has that number 1, Tyrell Reed, out there with the quarterback. Grammer takes the snap, hands it to Tyrell. Now he keeps it, pulled it back out and gets a yard only. Grammer was trying to fake folks out by holding that ball into Tyrell Reed's stomach for a second or two, and that just gave folks a chance to shed their blockers and tackle him. He did get forward for a yard and a half, call it 2nd down, and a short 9 yards to go. Clock runs here in the first quarter, 3:20 to go in the first, with the score 6-0 Lions. There's the snap. Quarterback rolling out to the right side. He keeps the football, fights for yardage, gets it past the 20. Looks like he's about out to the 23-yard line. And now a 3rd down and fairly short, 3rd down and 3 coming up here for the Lions. Lions are going as they have been this season without a huddle between many plays. And a 3rd down and 3, a big one right here in this first quarter of play. The signal's coming in from the sideline. 20 seconds left on that timer clock, and plenty of time to get a play in on this one. 3rd down, short. Let's see if the Lions can come up with a big 1st down here. Quick pitch to an outside line running back, and he is going to be tackled, and I think short of a 1st down. He had to get to the 25, and he's going to get that ball put down at the 24-yard line. So
yeah, that's going to bring up a 4th and 1, and I'd imagine they're going to go for it. I would think that they're going to go for it, but nope, Tyson Grammer's backing up. Looks like they're going to punt. But Sam Cito not just able to get 2 yards on that, and that was not enough for the 1st down.
Now the ball comes back to Grammer, and he kicks the ball away. High kick takes a Lawrence High School bounce of about 15 yards and still rolls and stops at the 30-yard line. I think that ball bounced down first at the 40, between 40 and 45, Matt, and then rolled down to the 30. Lions get a special roll. They were playing Grammer short, not a way back punt, as he takes a short snap, gets the ball away on one stride, got it nice and high, and the Lions got down and covered it up.
Let's see here what the Lions can do. Able to give them a little bit of yardage on the last drive, but unable to score were the Hawks. Still 6-0, 1:54 left to go in this first quarter.
Lawrence High School here at home tonight for homecoming. All the celebration at halftime, of course, and now the Lions want to be able to celebrate with a lead here in the next quarter as they play for the Lions. Was that pass completed?
I can't see how it would be, but no, it's incomplete. Banks Bowen was all over the intended receiver, and I believe that hit on the ground.
Lawrence High School now plays defense with 2nd and 10. The quarterback that we knew was a good one has been successful on some dandy pass plays of 10, 15 yards here already tonight. 2nd down and 10 after that incomplete pass. Double wides out to the left, one out to the right. Handoff goes to somebody who loses a yard, and that play was smelled out quickly. Jalen Proctor, the running back, he's 5'9", weighs 229 pounds. That is a fire hydrant. That is 5'9", 229, and playing running back. He did not gain any yardage on that one. They gave him progress to the first down markers, so it's 3rd down and still 10 yards to go. Kind of a dark part of the field down there as the sun has set. The Lawrence Lions try to get back to the quarterback, and they do for the first time and tackle him for a loss. First sack of the night. They did not ever get
Xander Thomas able to just plow through there like he did a couple times last week. Xander able to come in there, get the early wrap up on the quarterback, and then I believe it was Kenton Simmons who was able to get in there and finish up the garbage. That's a 2-yard loss, bring up 4th down and 12.
Definite punting situation here in their
Sam
own
Cito
territory.
deep for the Lions.
And back deep, you say is Jaden?
Sam Cito.
Oh, Sam Cito back deep. Thank you. Here we go. There's the kick. High kick once again. Short kick. Taken by Cito at the 40. Fair catch called for and taken right there at the 41-yard line. They will say he caught it at the 40, and that's where the Lions will take over. 40-yard line in their own territory. We're down to 20 seconds left to go here in this first quarter of play. The Lions lead it 6-0, and the offense has maybe 2 plays left in this quarter. Are you surprised that the offense hasn't been able to maintain some level of success as far as getting those first downs?
Well, I mean, Hank, the first drive was successful. Now there's something happening here where they're moving the ball back 10 yards. I never saw a call. I don't know.
Holding penalty. I just finally saw a linesman hold up his hand. Never did see the referee say or signal anything.
So it'll be first and 10 there from
they
the 30.
don't add that to the yardage. 1st and 10, but back at the 30-yard line.
Wow.
Ooh, boy. Handoff goes to Braden Heck, and Heck is tackled for a short loss. That you don't see very often either. 2nd down and 11. That will be the last play of this first quarter as the Lions will come to the sidelines and talk over what's gone wrong with the offense since that first opening drive. They'll have a 2nd down and 11 when we come back to start the second quarter here on KLWN. You can depend on it. The guy, the linesman who was over the ball was the only one I saw, and he had his like that. So you watch the white hat, because I haven't seen him make a signal tonight.
Hank, at halftime, I'm going to need to go to the restroom.
What's that?
At halftime, I'm going to need to go to the restroom.
Okay. If you need to go now, go ahead.
I'll wait.
Matt, it's been too long since I've been in for a Hank Booth burger.
Well, we need to get you in.
I love that Bill Self mac and cheese too, so did Sue, so we'll have to get in there real soon. Going out these days has been a different experience. The 2nd down and 11 for the Lions on the first play of the second quarter. They lead it 6-0. Quick pass play out to the outside. Cutting up the field and getting some yardage out there is one of those wideouts, and still on his feet and going strong. My goodness, how far are they going to give him down the field on that far side?
Up to the 44-yard line, Hank, and Tyrell Reed able to come out of the backfield over to the far side, grab that
They're
catch.
coming back. Everything's coming all the way back. Something went on in that play that the officials didn't like, and now we'll have to move everything back. darn it, because that was a great pass play completed to Tyrell Reed. Holding the call. Lawrence High School gets the holding call on that's very unfortunate timing because they had one of their best plays of the night. It would have been a first down within 5 yards of the middle of the field. So now they've got a big one, 2nd down and 20. The ball is clear back at the 20-yard line. Lawrence High School ready to go. They've got a bunch to make up here. 20 yards just for the first down. And there's the snap back. Quarterback Grammer back in the pocket. Now he's going to throw it out here short.
Got a man. Cole Watson.
And there, that's Watson, and he's going to get it to the 50. He got that 20, and he got 10 more. Wow, what a timely catch by Cole Watson, the senior tight end, 6'4" guy that's a big one, 230, and he caught that pass and ran like a halfback for about 10 more yards. First down at midfield. The Lions' big play when they really need it on a 30-yard completion. Right at the middle of the field, right there on the Chesty Lion, or just below the Chesty Lion. And it's homecoming tonight for Chesty. He'll be proud to put on his tuxedo, dance with all the ladies coming to the homecoming dance. Grammer takes the snap, hands it off right up the middle. There he goes. The speed turned on by Tyrell Reed. He'd gotten by one more guy. He was off to the goal line. There wasn't going to be anybody that stopped him except for that one cornerback out there who got him wrapped up after a pickup of 6. 2nd down, 4. Snap again, Tyrell right over the right side this time. He'll have a first down. He gets past the 40 down to the 38-yard line. So the Lions have driven from their own 20 down to make it the 39-yard line. Ball between the 38 and 39. 10:47 to go in the first half. Lions leading 6-0. Their defense has stopped them when they've had to. There's the snap back. Handoff again. Goes to Tyrell. Looking for some running room. Not much there as they started to sniff out running play right from the start on that one. And a pickup of 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. Tyrell can get that extra yard or two pretty well, but on that one he was well wrapped up.
Well, I mean, that's the thing that he does not do. If he finds a hole and he gets away from people, he can really break it out and turn on those power those bursters. Whereas Braden is much more the power guy and can get around guys and go through guys.
All right, 2nd down and 8. Again, the handoff right up the middle. I believe Heck is now in there as
That's
the
right.
Lions are able to have Braden Heck get about 4 more hard-earned yards. Make it 3rd down and a long 4 yards to go now for LHS. The ball is right at the 23-yard line, so first down is still about 4 yards away. The Lions look to the sidelines for the call. They get that call from the sidelines, and Lawrence High is ready to go to work with a 3rd down and 4. This is definitely 4-down territory down here around the 30-yard line. Running back shifts to the right side. Man in motion coming from the right. Quarterback back, throws the ball complete out to the outside, and there's the run for a first down. And that's
Braden Heck. What a catch out of the backfield. Perfectly executed play. Samsito was in motion going to the far side. Everybody in the world thought it was going to be a quick pitch to him, and it was nothing doing. He turned around, threw the ball to Braden Heck out in the flat, and able to pick up a big 20 yards.
Yep,
first down, Lions.
I watched as that safety back there started sprinting after Samsito as he went down the line of scrimmage on the motion play. First down. Lions going to throw the football again. Pass the ball complete to the short guy, and Heck's got it close to the 10-yard line. Let's see.
Check that. No, that's Cole Watson.
Cole Watson was the man on that catch. They've all got short numbers. 8 is Cole Watson, and that one takes them down to the 11-yard line. That's a pickup of 8, and it's 2nd down and 2. 8:43 on the clock. He was out of bounds at the end of that tackle, so clock is stopped. 6-0 Lions lead. Lions trying to put it in for the second time tonight. There's the snap. Handoff goes to, that's the running man, Tyrell Reed. And Tyrell bounces down to the 5-yard line. That is a first and goal at the 5. The Lions really need to put this ball across that goal line. Maybe take a chance at a 2-point conversion to put this game up 14. Tyrell Reed gets the first down, and the clock ticks off, and the timer clock is moving down as well. Lawrence High has plenty of time. First down and goal to go at the 5. Quarterback Tyrell Reed. Oh, he's being stopped in the backfield. One of the defensive linebackers shot the gap on that, timed it perfectly, and got Tyrell about the same time he got the ball and drops him for a big loss. Big at 5 yards. This is territory where, 3 yards on this one, back to the 8. But that's still 3 big yards. Second down and goal to go now. Ball is, they're calling it the 7 on the scoreboard, so we'll go with that one. Second down and goal at the 7-yard line. Grammer, the quarterback, Tyrell in there at the running back spot with him. The offensive line has had some moments where they didn't get people blocked here tonight, and now the Lions are going to make sure
that's
they've
gonna be
got
timeout Lions.
blocking assignments, and it's a timeout on the field. Timeout with our score, Lions 6, but threatening at the 7-yard line, and the Olathe East Hawks, nothing. Will be back in 30 seconds.
Participants represent not only the team but also the parents, coaches, administration, and student body. With that in mind, remember all actions on and off the field are a direct reflection of your entire school community. Thank you.
Well, Matt Llewellyn next to me here in the broadcast booth, and it's the traditional old pair here tonight. You've had some partners broadcasting. Of course, Joel does a great job with play-by-play and calling them. He was just naming the wrong team throughout the first game you two guys did.
You got it figured out, though, Hank.
He did. He got it going in the second half. But then last week, Sam Speck, and it's always good to work with Sam. I haven't had the pleasure of working with Joel yet, but Sam, I know, does a great job, and we'll look forward to having Sam help us out here in the future if it's needed. 7:26 to go in the first half. Lions definitely want to get some points on the board with this possession. They have it. Second down and goal at the 7. Grammer stands back in that shotgun and waits the snap. There, he's got it. Takes the handoff one way, goes up the middle to Hayden, or up to Heck. And Heck is driven backwards, but I believe he got to the 3-yard line. 4-yard pickup for Braden Heck. And Braden Heck got 4 tough ones down to the 3. So now we're going to have a third down and goal at that 3-yard line. Let's make sure we get that ball across the line of scrimmage. Now look over to the sideline once again, and the signal given. Is that Adam that's making the signals, the offensive signals?
No, Clint Bowen.
Clint Bowen makes them himself. Okay. The Lions ready to go. Third down and goal at the 3-yard line. Reed is the back. Back there with Grammer. There's the snap. Back in the pocket. Throws it out to Reed. And
beautiful defensive block down by the Hawks. Number 5, Hunter Murphy, just absolutely comes up and bats that ball down right before it was in the hands, right before Tyrell Reed had an opportunity to catch it. Brings up fourth down and goal from the 3-yard line.
Well, we used to know what would happen here. There would have been an extra point style field goal attempt, perhaps. But
last year with Grant Glasgow, sure, but this is a different team and a different time for the Lions.
Different team, different kicker, and now a 3rd down and goal is going to bring another time, a 4th down and goal is going to cost another timeout. The Lions used one before that last play. It got busted up by a linebacker out there who batted the ball down. It may have been the cornerback who batted it down. Now this second timeout, and we'll keep it here for this one. I wanted to mention that Family Psychological Services provides therapy and medication management for children, teens, young adults, and families and couples in Douglas County and the surrounding area. You can learn more on their website. Remember, just go to drwest.com. That's dr-west.com, and you'll find the information you need for Family Psychological Services. And again, Dr. West, a great man to be able to work with, as well as his team there at Family Psychological Services. With that said, the timeout is over. The Lions now hope they've got the play they need to have to get this ball in the end zone. Tyrell Reed remains the running back. That last pass, by the way, was intended for Tyrell out of the backfield. It's the one that got batted down. 6-0, not nearly enough of a spread halfway through the second quarter. Here comes the snap for the Lions. There it is. Fake of the handoff to Tyrell. Into the end zone. Pass play up in the air and incomplete. The Lions unable to make that completion. We were blocked off pretty much from seeing who the pass was.
No, it's to Cole Watson, Hank, and it was just batted down by the Hawk.
Again, one more time that happens. I was thinking maybe if he'll throw it into that kind of a crowd, there's an interference of some kind. None called. The ball is now at the 2-yard line, and the Lions fail to score from inside the 10. I don't think that's happened before this year. You can fill me in. I've listened to the games, but didn't keep exact track of them. Have they been on a 1st and goal at the 5 and not been able to score?
I know they've stopped it last week. I don't know that they have, no.
All right.
Whereas last week I was just thinking Clint was actually brilliant with his play calling. This week, not quite as much.
And there's a play running to the outside for a gain from the 3 out to about the 6, so a 3-yard pickup by the running back out of the backfield, taking a handoff on a diagonal to the right side and getting a good jump on that defensive line to get past the line and into the linebacker who made that tackle. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. The Lions now trying to get to that quarterback, and they get him just shy of the goal line. A loss on that play as the quarterback takes a hard hit out there. Again, this guy is a good one. Jack Cornell. I'll get it right one of these days. Jack Cornell, and we're happy to say that the Lions now have it. 3rd down and 9, clear back at the 3-yard line. 3rd down and a long 9. Cornell waits for the snap with a running back right behind him. He gets the handoff, jumps to the outside. He's got some running room. He breaks a tackle and then breaks one more to dive forward for a 1st down, clear out to the 15. By far the longest running play of the night. That was about 12 yards worth out to the 13-yard line, or to the 11-yard line. Let's get this right, Hank. 16-yard line. I've got to get my numbers back in mind here out that field, Matt. It's hard to judge them when you're watching and listening at home. There's the snap. Handoff goes over the right side this time, and a powerful, hard run. Nets some yardage, but not much. Danny Schofield, number 8, a senior running back, I believe, is the guy who carried the ball on that last play.
5-yard gain, 2nd down.
5 yards on the pickup, 2nd down and 5. The Lions haven't been given up 5 yards on a running play from 1st down. They've been given up 1 or 2 or even a loss on a play. They've had a couple of 1st downs gained by throwing the football. Not many running as they just did from that goal line situation. There's the snap. Quarterback keeps the football down the line of scrimmage, and he takes a hit out at the 15-yard line. He'll be short of a first down, but it'll be third down and a yard right at the 15-yard line. They put the ball just over the 15, so it's third down and less than a yard.
Yeah, Josh King able to stop that one. And in the play before, Hank, the stop was made by Kyle Watson, and had he not stopped them, that would have been absolutely gone for a long, long run. But now they're saying move the chains, it's first down.
Oh, my. Well, they didn't even look at the chains when they first put the ball down. I thought the ball would have been put down at the 25. There would have been a third down. Now it's first down, just past the 25. Quarterback back in the pocket, looks over the middle. Pass is thrown and incomplete. Oh, there were all kinds of black and white jerseys out there. The white from Olathe East, the black from the Lions, and they were crisscrossing every direction. I'm not sure who it was intended for, but any of about 5 guys could have caught it.
Well, and Xander Thomas that ball went right over the head. Xander didn't even really see it coming. Had he put his hands up in the air, that ball would have been bobbled or
now
beat down either way. It's a pass interference on the Lions, so that's going to be another first down up to the 41-yard line of the Hawks.
Official, the referee signals buried. I didn't see him signal the interference. Now it is first down after that first down penalty, and it's first down out at the 41-yard line. Eagles moving it. The Hawks moving it. Long pass play. Jumping, excellent defensive block out there on that far sideline. Matt, who did it?
Well, that was a deep man, Tony Jacobson for the Lions, Hank.
That was Jacobson from that safety spot over on the far side of the field. I was looking down at that number, and Tony Jacobson, a junior cornerback. And now a second down and 10 yards to go from back at the 41. That pass was going for the far goal line. It traveled a good 30 yards in the air, was on target, but it was blocked away by the Lions. Here's a running play once again by the Olathe Hawks, and Jalen Proctor gets that call. That's the 229.
The nice tackle by Jaden Brittingham.
That is something we haven't called enough of tonight. The tackles being.
You let me do it. I'll do it every time, Hank.
What's that?
Let me do it. I'll do it every time.
There you go. You call the defensive tackles. How's that sound? Second down, rather. We'll get this right. Third down and 8 at the 43-yard line. Snap back. Quarterback going to throw it. Throws it, and it's incomplete. Ball bounces away. I think it was short. And
that was short. The intended receiver, Carter Gooding, had to come back for it, and that hit on the ground before it hit him, bringing up 4th and long for the Hawks. It's going to be about, call it 7 or 8 yards.
The Lions have had times this year, I know, when the scoring has not come as rapidly, I imagine is the best word I can use, or as quickly as you might think it would. The Lions are playing a team that was beaten by Lawrence Free State for their only win of the season, and I'm sure the Lions came in here expecting to put this one away pretty quick. They have not done so. There's a ball bouncing the Lions' way. It hit at the 30 and is finally down at the 34-yard line, back the Lions' direction. So they'll be going from south to north here tonight, and the ball will be on the near hash mark as the Lions will be playing from the home team side of the field. That's a change. As Clint Bowen said, I'm going to tell you one thing. The home team is going to be sitting behind the players on this east side of this stadium. We know the reason why it started the other way, but that's ancient history, and Clint said we want it our way now. First down, Lions. And there's the handoff and the jump to the outside. That looks like
Braden Heck, 11-yard pickup for the first down on first down.
2:50 left to go here in this first half of play. 6-0, the Lions have it. They've certainly proven they can score in a short amount of time, but they need to put on the burners now The ball up at the 45-yard line for this snap. There, the handoff goes to the outside, and fighting hard for a couple of more yards is Jaden Heck, but he'll be down before he gets to midfield at the 47-yard line, so only a pickup of 2. Second down and 8. The clock runs with 2:20, and it counts down. The Lions at the line of scrimmage, ready to go. Grammer, the quarterback. One single back on the other side, back in the pocket, going to throw it, going to go long.
He's got an open man,
got it, and the ball is going to the end zone, folks, down to the 5.
Dom Ostronic, the homecoming King Court. Dom Ostronic comes through with a big touchdown for the Lions. 13-0.
Dominic
Call that 12-0 right now.
Yeah, 12-0 now, as the Lions may just be getting ready to go for 2, as they now have that second touchdown in the first half. See, they had plenty of time. 2:04 to go. I think that took them about 40 seconds to make that trip all the way down the field, about 70 yards. And now the Lions are trying to decide what they're going to do, and the decision has been made by Clint Bowen here on this near sideline now. Seems to be waving his arms in a way to indicate something's about to happen out there on the field. I hadn't seen that motion before, Matt, so we'll have to kind of wait and see what that signal from the coach, the head coach, means. The Lions will go for 2. And the quarterback ready to take the snap. They at first had running back and a delay of game call. The Lions get a delay of game call on an extra point. Now that, again, I'm not sure what the problem was transmitting that play, because Clint Bowen, a good 20 seconds before they got turned around and set up, was signaling the play, and somebody didn't catch the message. Now the Lions, again, the clock will start ticking against them once again. There it is. Official puts down his arm, and the Lions now ready to go. And instead of goal line 3 yards away, it's now 7. Here's the quarterback. Going to throw the ball into the end zone. Lost it up there.
Sam Cito!
Cito! What a catch by Cito! You watched him do it. That little guy jumped up there high in the air to get that one. And Sam Cito puts the ball for 2 points on the board. Sam Cito is 5'9", 171. So he's a smaller, shorter wideout, but he sure caught that one nicely. 14-zip. 2-point conversion makes the difference, and 14-0. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this timeout.
Give us just 30 seconds.
From 23rd Street Brewery.
And this is Cole Monday.
And bring it right back, because the Lions are already on the field.
High school football history.
Oh, whatever, Matt. But you know, my favorite play is going to the 23rd Street Brewery.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I'm glad you like it.
Okay,
You know I love
thank you.
coming to the 23rd Street Brewery after every game and enjoying the prime rib sandwich.
And I love seeing you there, but I love seeing everyone there too. So join Cole and everyone else at 23rd Street Brewery after the game or anytime. The 23rd Street Brewery, 23rd and Castle.
The Lions are ready to kick it off once again. And our kickoff man, Matt, is tell me who that one is. The number on our guy that does the kickoff.
Noah Richardson, Hank.
Okay. Noah Richardson does the kickoffs, and Noah is ready to go. 2 guys deep down at about the 5-yard line. There's the kick. It's a short one, and it's going to go out of bounds. So that gives them an automatic first down. Noah Richardson, a sophomore, is the kickoff guy, and on that one he had the misfortune of that ball aiming toward that far side of the field, the west side of the field, and out of bounds. So Lawrence High School will have to play defense with their opponent, the Olathe East Hawks, lining up at the 35-yard line. First down. They have 2:04 to go here in this first half. Certainly plenty of time to make something happen. They're going to make them kick it off again.
There's going to be a re-kick, Hank.
But what's that?
There's going to be a re-kick here. Lawrence High is going to re-kick the football.
Okay. A re-kick of the football by Lawrence High School. I thought they just automatically moved an out-of-bounds kickoff to the 35-yard line, and now they're going to move it to the 35, but that's the Lions, where they'll put it down to kick it now. And the kicker, Noah Richardson, has it set, moves over to the side a bit, and is ready to kick it off again. There's the boot. It's going to bounce at the 20, and at 15 it's picked up to the right side of the field by the running back, and to the outside. He's going to get way downfield again. That running back's done it to the Lions again on that kickoff return. Let's see where they marked him out. I think on that far side of the field, close to the 45-yard line. The referee was slow coming up this way. I thought maybe he was looking at a flag, but no flags on the field. And the ball, my goodness, is placed down. Where did they put the ball down from?
On the 38-yard line,
okay,
Hank.
I see it now. That's at the 42-yard line.
42-yard line. 43.
They're still in their own territory, but that return was a dandy. And the 42-yard line is where they'll start this. 1:55 to go in the first half. Lions lead it 14-0. And the Hawks will be trying to score quickly. Their quarterback back in the pocket, throws the ball downfield. A diving effort made by that wideout. That's Carter Gooding, who couldn't get his hands on it. That was just overthrown into the outside of the intended receiver. The Lions had it well covered, though.
That's right, Hank.
Defensive coverage down there. Who was that, Matt?
I believe that was Banks Bowen.
All right. Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass from their own 43-yard line. There's the snap. Back in the pocket, quarterback heaves it downfield, and that pass is way overthrown. Scared me for a moment. The Lion reached out at the last second.
Yeah, Josh King's down there with him. And
with the
this time the intended receiver is Jaden
Brown. That ball was
Brown.
overthrown by a good 5 yards. So third down and 10. And the Lions trying to get them stopped here and stopping the clock. All of this has only taken about 15 seconds. Third down and 10 from their own 43, and now a timeout is called on the field by Olathe East, and we'll take this timeout and come right back on KLWN in 30 seconds.
This year's balloon arch is dedicated to Aubrey Cope Trowbridge. Coach Trow.
Yeah, good. Goody. Thank you. There you go, 23rd Street Brewery. Very happy to be a sponsor of Lawrence High School football once again, and all things that are good for Lawrence. 23rd Street Brewery, right in the middle of them. Right there. Now, a big third down and 10 play coming up. Big for the Lions. They want to stop it, maybe even get their hands on the ball with 1.5 minutes to go. They've certainly shown they can score quickly in previous games, and in this one on that last series, they showed it as well. The quarterback stands back at the 38 to take the snap. Now he hands it off, a running play right up the middle, and it's going to be a big one. But the Lions have someone there to stop it. It's going to be a first down, though, after a huge running play from that 42-yard line, clear down to the Lions' 20, is that the 28?
Well, the Ray Smith III was the person who took that ball, and he just barreled through, and he thought he was going to run over Banks Bowen, but Banks Bowen was having nothing of it and stopped him right there on the 18-yard line.
They say 28-yard line.
Bad throw.
And that was a bad throw as well to the far sideline. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 1:28. The Lions lead it 14-0. We have a minute, just under 1.5 minutes to go here. The ball is down at the 28-yard line. I think that you said 18, but it's the 28. And it's second down now and 10 after that incomplete pass thrown by the quarterback, who we watched the quarterback, Jack Cornell, overthrow tonight, probably more than he'd like to for sure. And the handoff goes to the right side, and a tackle made immediately. 2 Lions right on top of it. Matt, you've got the glasses.
Yeah, that was Mr. Reliable Lance Bassett. Ran right into Lance. Lance was slowed him down, but and really that's going to be a tackle for a loss, I believe, Hank.
On the previous play makes it 3rd
Third down and 11 after the loss of a yard on that running play. So third down 11. Now the pass play is thrown over the middle and incomplete. Once again, that pass falls incomplete. That one again was intended for the receiver that we've seen catch him tonight.
Yeah, and Xander Thomas, though, in for that stop along with Josh King.
So we had a couple of Lions in on that one. The officials putting the ball back down at the 28. Fourth down and 11 yards to go. 56 seconds on the clock. The Lions hoping they can get them stopped here and not have that big running play that got them down this far, cost them on the scoreboard. Single back behind the quarterback. Cornell is ready to take the snap. He does. Back in the pocket. Going to heave it long down the far sideline and overthrown. Not even close. The Lions have held again tonight, and the 0 stays up there for the Hawks, and the Lions will take over with 50 seconds left to go here in this football game.
And Tony Jacobson, flag on the field. That's going to be something on East.
I have a feeling they probably are arguing for some kind of pass interference.
But Tony Jacobson wasn't even close. I mean, he was right next to the receiver, but there was nothing doing. So let's see here what the call is, if we do get a call. But there was a flag that went right up, way high in the air, right next to the Hawks, where they were all bundled up together. And I don't know what they're saying. Now the referee's discussing something.
Well, I'm not
but still,
sure.
No signal from the white hat. Here we go. What's the white hat saying?
Something happened on that sideline. I'm going to guess from a coach, maybe a player, but I doubt it.
Yeah. Sideline.
To the official to say that's
improper contact. That's
walk
15 yards
penalty. Puts them closer to the first, to the Olathe side of the 50. They're now at 44-yard line after that 15-yard mark-off. 50 and a half seconds in the first half. Lions up by 2 scores and 2 extra points. Those were added on a play in that exciting touchdown that was the second of the night for the Lions. They scored on their first possession. Then it took them nearly to the end here of this second quarter to get their second score of the night. Olathe East had something going after a long third down run, and now Lawrence High School is ready to go at the 44, their own 44. Lawrence looks to the sidelines for that play. Clock, of course, not running. Plenty of time on the play clock on the field. There's the snap. Quarterback back in the pocket. Going to throw it. Grammer heaves it out there to the far sideline. Get out of bounds, son. And he does. Glad he was listening. Clear down to the 48 on the Olathe side of the 50 now and move those chains. Dandy pass. I mean, right on the money. And the player that caught it, the number, did you catch the number?
Yeah, that was Don Mostronic, Hank.
All right. The man who caught that last touchdown.
And 8 yards. It's not a first down.
Not quite a first down. Now it's marked down at the 48. Yep.
The down marker had moved with the line marker, was moving down with the down marker, but they took that away. They realized it was just an 8-yarder, so 8 yards, second down and 2 from into Hawks territory at the 48-yard line.
Took 6 seconds for that play.
And there is an injured Lion.
Can get down the field pretty quick here. It'll be second down and 2 yards to go for LHS. The most important number, though, is down there on that clock. And with this timeout call now, Lawrence High School, I didn't see, we apparently have an injured player.
That's right. We haven't. That's why I said it. Injured Lion on the field. I didn't get a number, but I'll give him that as soon as I can.
Well, I'll tell you what, we do have an injury to check on now. And by the way, if you do have an injury situation in your situation at home or at work, Advent Health Medical Group Primary Care. But don't wait to get sick to schedule a doctor's appointment. It's always a good idea to check out things before you change seasons like we're doing now. Advent Health Medical Group Primary Care here in Lawrence, located near 18th and Wakarusa. They offer wellness checks, screenings, and other preventative care. Learn more at adventhealthkc.com/Lawrence. You'll find out lots of information there. Do
And
we know if that's a player?
Will Hendricks is the injured Lion down there on the field.
Who is
And
that?
Will Hendricks,
Okay.
junior offensive tackle, and Will is really the stalwart of this offensive line, so that would be a big loss. And he had a knee problem last year that he struggled with all year long, but he looks like he's getting up on his own power now. Trey George, no, he's not. He's being helped up. Trey Georgie down there with him, talking things over. Clint Bowen, and now Will's walking out with the help of his the trainer
This is a
and
guy
Trey
who-
Georgie.
Yeah, this is a guy who's just a junior, but he's 6'4", weighs 285 pounds, and he's getting help, an arm around the shoulder of two different Lions assistants or trainers, and coming off.
Yeah,
the field.
Trey Georgie's helping him off, the assistant coach. He's the line coach and just does a great job, and he is absolutely,
Oh, now he's just hopping on one.
he's
foot.
hopping on one leg. So Will Hendricks looked like he's absolutely going to be out for the rest of his half, but that's a big loss for the offensive line.
I'm going to say that's your left tackle, folks, and as we know, offense's left tackle is the key player along that offensive line. They all are important, but the emphasis put on the running game on that left side, primarily to begin with for a number of reasons, but right now the Lions will have to go with the second team.
And I think they're going to get him on the cart. And let's see what Clint has to say. Clint might try to throw it deep.
Might do that. 2nd down and 2. Here we go with a rollout play coming up. It throws the ball. It's complete.
Sam Cito.
And down the side to Cito. And Cito gets that ball down inside the 40. And they say he went out of bounds at the 39-yard line. So it's first down on that play, of course. 39 seconds left to go here in the first half. This last few minutes of the second quarter have taken several hours, it feels like, if that clock has been stopped so many times. First down at the 39-yard line of Olathe. Quarterback back in the pocket, throws the ball, gets it right on the fingers of the intended receiver, and the Lions have another first down inside the 25-yard line. Matt, that catch was made. Perfect throw, though. Perfect throw.
Cole Watson, but that play was made that way because of the block by Braden Heck. Braden Heck stopped the offensive lineman coming out. He would have gotten killed, but Braden Heck was able to stop him and give Tyson Grammer enough time to make that catch.
Saw that big right jersey coming in on him just as he threw that ball. Here comes the second one. Now another pass play downfield. Oh, that one, I think they may have gotten the quarterback's arm on that throw because he hasn't thrown one that short all night.
Well, he did get pressured and got hit right after the release. And Braden was not able to hold him back as much that time. Also on the block for the Lions was Jaden Brittingham. So Brittingham trying to slow him down too.
28 and a half seconds to go on that clock. The Lions are driving toward that clock, and on that clock they lead it 14-0. On the scoreboard at the north end, here we go with the play on 2nd down and 10. Back in the pocket, quarterback throws the ball over the middle, incomplete.
And they're missing Will Hendricks out there because the defensive line is able to get through now. They were struggling to do that before these last few plays, Hank.
And I tell you what, they did come through on a full charge these last two plays. Now, with 24 seconds, almost 25, the Lions have it 3rd down and 10. They're certainly within scoring position, but not field goal range for this year's team. So 3rd down and 10, they're going to need to get, and now arms are waving and the timeout has been called. This timeout called by the Olathe East Hawks. Let's keep it right here, Matt. Your thoughts as we get ready for the halftime here. It's just seconds away. You watched all the games. You've seen them all in person. You've met all the players that are key players in this bunch. What are your thoughts about tonight compared to last week, for example?
Even though we have 0 points on the board for the Hawks, the defense does not seem to be as dominant as they have been the first 3 games. You know, I was talking about Lance Bassett, Kim Allen, Noah Kirk, all night long. And tonight, I'm not talking about those guys. The line for East has really held those guys back. And so it's really been the deep D-backs who've made the plays tonight, and that is a different scenario than has been all year long.
And again, a good point. I mentioned to somebody when I heard you talk about in that first game how good the defense had been that night, and I thought, well, wait a minute, they gave up 30 points or 31 points, something. But it wasn't the defense on that evening that had the problems. It was the offense keeping the ball and keeping the ball moving. Now the defense has given it to them with a chance to do something. Oh, it's a double reverse coming around now. A pass play down to the end zone, and it's caught with the inbound.
Oh no, 1 yard line.
Whoa, they put it down at the 1. The Lions do have one timeout they can use. They say he went down at the 1 yard line. 15.7 seconds on the clock. The Lions will be calling that timeout. They used their last one. But wait a minute. Now they've got 20 points on the board. That must have been a touchdown, Matt.
Oh, they did call it. Okay.
They did call the touchdown. I thought, well, yeah. Then suddenly...
Well, I saw the line judge standing right on the 1 yard line. No, it's first and goal, Hank.
No, honey, they're kicking the field goal. Pardon me, honey. Excuse me, I'm thinking of... I talk to my wife during games all the time, so that's where you got that one. Here comes the extra point try. One's missed tonight. This one is up. It's low. Did it get through? Yep. That's the extra point they needed to make it 21. And that third touchdown comes with 15 seconds to go. Matt and I both thought he was a yard shy when he was knocked down. Not so. He got into the end zone. The Lions score that touchdown, and we'll have one more kickoff when we come back right here on KLWN.
23, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Matt Llewellyn from 23rd Street Brewery.
And I can describe what happened on that play.
The biggest hitter in
On that
Lawrence
touchdown
High School
pass. I'll
football
describe what
history.
happened.
Oh, whatever,
Well,
Matt. But you know
if
my
we have a
favorite play
before
is
the
going to the
halftime.
23rd Street Brewery.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Before we
I'm
break
glad
for
you
halftime.
like it.
You know I love coming
You
to the
take it
23rd
away
Street
from here.
Brewery after every game and enjoying the prime rib sandwich.
And I love seeing you there, but I love seeing everyone there too. So join Cole and everyone else at 23rd
Lions
Street Brewery.
kickoff
after the
coming
game or
up.
anytime.
And Noah
23rd Street Brewery,
Richardson
23rd
ready to
and
boot it
Castle.
again. He does. A line drive kick that is going to go out of bounds. And the clock doesn't start. It went out of bounds about the 20. Let's see what they do with this one now. Will they kick it over again? Apparently so. The Lions run back up the field to apparently try to boot this ball into the field of play with 15 seconds to go. You sure don't want to give up a cheap touchdown here, Matt. And I bet you they've got a couple of guys ready to play back deep in case one of these speedy runners that's taken it a long way up the field on these kickoffs tonight. Have you seen the Lions give up that much yardage on kickoff returns in the recent games you've called?
Well, I mean, the first game, our special teams unit did not execute that great. But they cleaned a lot of stuff up, looked better the last two, but they have been giving up a lot of yards on kickoffs.
All right. Well, one thing for sure is we're not getting, of course, the kind of kicking game we have had in the past. Now, apparently the last time out, although each team is still showing one time out on the board, I believe.
Yeah, I think they've now decided to take the ball at the 35-yard
Yeah,
line.
there we go. That's what they have decided to do this time instead of another kickoff. Use our 15.7 seconds, and let's see, will they just take a knee to try to avoid some kind of a play that would have to go 65 yards in 15 seconds, and we'll see what they choose to do here, because taking a knee would seem to be a prudent thing to do.
I don't think they're going to do that, Hank.
Jack Cornell is back in the pocket, deep back in the pocket, way back. And now he is tackled and loses yardage back to the 30, carefully wrapping up that football.
No, the ball came out, Hank, when he hit the ground. Now he is down.
And the ball down.
Lance Bassett picked it up and trotted in the end zone, but I think that was just for fun.
First half's over. That's the bottom line. 0 on the clock, and I don't believe they're going to add any time back after this first half has already taken an hour and 15 minutes to complete. And I'll tell you what, Matt, you were really on top of that play to find out what happened on that touchdown.
The touchdown was absolutely incredible, Hank, and we didn't quite give it the justice it needed because we weren't 100% sure it was a touchdown. I never saw a call by the referee. But what happened was Tyson Grammer dropped back, got it to Sam Cito. Sam Cito was able to heave it in the air, and nobody knew. I didn't know where the ball was, but it was just a beautifully executed play up to Dom Ostronic at the 2-yard line, and Dom able to get it across the goal line for a beautiful touchdown. Way to end the half. 21-0 Lions lead it.
21-0, and again, a it was trickery play all the way. There's no other way to describe it.
That's right.
Well, it's homecoming here, so it'll be a little bit longer halftime program tonight out on the field. There's a lot of different people are going to be recognized, and we're going to have Tessa Collar come over and talk to us here in just a moment. She came by for an interview on KLWN, and Matt, you were going to talk to her some too because you had a chance to talk to her, listen to her, ask me all kinds of questions. So I'll turn it over to you. Let me simply say our score here at halftime is 21-0. The Lions lead at homecoming. We do want to tell our folks at home that we'll be announcing the homecoming king and queen and all that sort of thing as we go along. So we will get that in for you. But it is halftime, and time for me to say that we are glad to say we have very tasty food waiting for us at the 23rd Street Brewery. The Bill Self Mac and Cheese, the Brian Haney Turkey Stack, where you can find them all, watch all those KU games and Chiefs games and all the games all the time practically. So there's a game on, whenever there's a game on, there's one on there at 23rd Street. Now, let's take a quick break. We'll be back on KLWN for our halftime interview right after this timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
What
your 2022 Lawrence High homecoming ceremony.
Remember, I needed to run downstairs real quick. So why don't you have him give us like 5 minutes and all of us?
We would like to start off the ceremony by
Just go ahead and leave those on. Yeah, he needed to go check on something. What do you usually do, 2 minutes? Why don't you go ahead and do 2 minutes, and then we'll take it back, and we've got someone here to, and we'll just go ahead, 2 minutes will be fine. I'll probably take another 2 minutes after I do the interview. Who's going to be the king and queen? Do you know?
Milo Bitters, child of Dana Holmes and Sean Bitters. Annie Dye, child of Amy and Derek Dye.
And it's Collar, Tessa Collar.
Yeah. What am I going to be asking?
What am
I going to be asking?
Just about your experiences at Lawrence High, kind of like you asked me.
Child of Jared and Kristen Gill. Jackson Green. Child of Brandy and Kevin Green.
Okay, thank you.
Josh King. Child of Megan and Chris King. Noah Kirk. Child of Dan Kirk and Heather Eads. Tate Landis. Child of Dana and Dirk Landis. Dallas Astronic. Child of Paul and Lori Astronic. Dominic Astronic.
We have our homecoming court being introduced out there on the field, and one person that we wanted to have a chance to talk to is a young woman who interviewed me before the game tonight about my past association in life with a fellow by the name of Paul Coker, who's a Lawrence High School graduate and has the times would have it, many people in this 21st century don't know Paul Coker, but he was from Lawrence, and he was a very well-known artist and very well-known comic writer, printed for Mad Magazine and dozens of other magazines. But Paul Coker, a Lawrence guy. But I wanted to ask you about the writer of this story, Tessa Collar. And Tessa, thank you for coming back up here at halftime. You've got some friends out there on the field that you're going to want to wait and see who is the king and queen.
Yeah, I do have some friends.
We can
out
watch
there.
out for that then. But I do know that the king and queen will be introduced here very, very shortly, so we'll kind of keep an eye on that. And you can tell me about them when they get announced. I didn't... is that the queen or last year's queen?
I think that's this year's queen.
This year's queen.
And he called his shot this morning, Trevin Gill.
Now they have announced that there's a young man walking out with the Lawrence Lions band uniform on. Did you catch that name?
Yeah, so we have Trevin Gill as our king and Tate Landis as our
Now,
queen.
Say that in two names again. My microphone didn't have you turned up loud enough, so say those two names again.
So we have Tate Landis here as our queen, and then Trevin Gill is crowned our king.
And so there is this year's king and queen out there on the field. Well, thank you for that, catching up for us there. One thing I did want to ask you about, what led you to want to be a writer for the Budget, the Lawrence High School newspaper? The Budget is the name of it. It was the Budget back in 1964 when I sold advertising for the Budget. What led you to the Budget as one of the courses you wanted to take?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that brought me to journalism was that my dad was in journalism. He was a former editor for the Journal World. And so I think that kind of started my interest in journalism. And then I also just wanted to be involved at Lawrence High. And I think journalism felt like a great way for me to do that. And I love that journalism lets you learn about different things at school. And I've gotten to learn about school history and so much of that, and just learning more about what makes Lawrence High, and I think that just feels really special and important to me.
I think it's important. You just mentioned the history, and you asked me about the Chesty Lion, and that was something that was originally designed by a Lawrence High School student whose name was Paul Coker, who became a world famous artist in comics. And but tell me about the Chesty Lion and how people are feeling about the Chesty Lion these days.
Yeah, so...
Let me move that up just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Go ahead.
Okay, so like Hank was saying, Chesty was designed by Paul Coker in, I believe, 1946. And so Chesty has a long history, and everyone at Lawrence High still loves Chesty. And I think talking with teachers for the story about Paul Coker following his death over the summer, I really just noticed how much people still love Chesty. And talking with history teacher Valerie Schrag, we talked about how Chesty really represents pride and our pride to be Chesty Lions here at Lawrence High. And so I think that pride is still really relevant here and really much still alive.
Tessa Collar is our guest, and Tessa has been busy writing a story about Paul Coker. And can people who aren't necessarily Lawrence High students see the Budget? Could they get it online, for example? Can I see the story you write online, or do I need to get a hard copy of the paper?
Yeah, so we have our website is lhsbudget.com. And so you can go to that website, and we post all of our content on there, whether that be stories that are also printed or stories that are just posted on the website. And so really for the latest content, you can just go to our website. So yeah, that's really the best way to read the content.
Do you have any anybody that's saying you can't write that, or we've been pretty well given journalistic freedom to put the newspaper together the way the students in that class would like to put it together within reasonable reasonable range.
Yeah, I think for the most part, administration pretty much lets students write what they want. Last year, I helped with coverage on individuals that we, as the budget staff, felt that were missing from the Hall of Honor because of a lack of representation of people of color. And I think administration didn't, we didn't get any backlash from administration. And I think generally administration and the school and the district pretty much let us do what we think is best.
So Tessa Collard, do you plan on a career, a life in journalism sometime, or was this kind of something to make a senior year more fun and more exciting?
Yeah, so I've been on the budget staff since I was a sophomore, and I've really enjoyed it, but I think I'm not planning on a career in journalism. I'm actually planning to pursue architecture. But I really have loved my time with the budget, and I think it's something that I'll carry with me is the connections that I've made with people, and interviewing people, you get a connection and you get to learn about people in a way that you don't really get to normally just in regular conversation. And so that's something that I really have enjoyed, but I don't plan on a career in journalism.
I have to say that the skill of interviewing is something that most people I saw people get interviewed, so what? But that job that you're learning and have been learning through your time at Lawrence High is a great preparation for whatever career you have, because you're going to have to report to folks. You're going to have to turn around and write reports for folks and tell people what happened and explain them in the best possible way so that your information's passed on. So it's good training, regardless of architecture. You could be a writer for the New York Times and write the stories about fine new architectural structures in New York City someday, and we can look for you in the headlines then. But I want to thank you for your nice interview earlier tonight, your great interview earlier tonight. You asked me some really good questions, and I want to thank you for that, and thank you for including me in that newspaper article in the budget about Paul Coker. And when will I be able to get my copy of the budget?
I believe our first edition of the print budget is coming out sometime in the next few weeks.
Okay, sometime in October.
Yes.
Well, look for it, and thank you, Tessa, and send me a message when it does get out there online, and I'll make sure I read that one first. But I want to keep reading the budget because it's got lots of information about the young people in Lawrence, Kansas today and what they're doing. All right. We're going to take a 2-minute break. When we come back, Matt Llewellyn gives us some insights into this first half of play as the Lions lead at halftime over the Olathe East Hawks 21-0. We'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes. Now that wasn't too hard, was it?
No, it's okay.
I got to turn this back down for Matt now. Well, thank you. If you want your parents to be able to hear that, we'll have them transfer that halftime show. It'll be online at klwm.com, and we'll have them put the halftime show on too. Okay? All right. Did you hear me say that we would put the that halftime, or do you? Well, don't you put the game online? Okay. All right, but if you could, put that as separate, the halftime interview that parents and grandparents and whoever else can. I had to turn her volume up.
Okay, test. Can you hear me? Or is it too low? Okay.
Welcome back, Lawrence High School football at halftime of homecoming. Now, I was able to have Tessa, my interview, tell me who the king and queen were, but I didn't quickly jot it down on our notes here of the court that was out there. There were a lot of young men and young women with their parents or their special people that helped raise them, and I didn't get a chance during that to check to see the names of the people. Did you hear who was named the king and the queen? And if you can't tell me,
there are no king and the queen, Hank. It's all the court.
That's right.
We have the list of all the homecoming court.
I have the list, and that's the court that's out there.
Milo Bitters, Emmy Dye, Peyton Fowler, Trevin Gill, Jackson Green, Josh King, Noah Kirk, Tate Landis, Dom Ostronic, Dallas Ostronic, Jack Ritter, and Cole Watson. Dom and Dallas are the twin brothers, and Dom has had himself one hell of a night, hadn't he? 3 touchdown catches. And Dom's just, Tyson threw 2 of them. The other one came from Sam Cito, but Mal, what a game for Dom Ostronic.
Well, I tell you, I know that the man that was in that court was a young man with a band uniform on. So I'm not sure which one that is. We'll perhaps get it from somebody up here. What's that?
Say that again.
There was in a band uniform. I know that. So
there were only 3 girls of all the 12 that were nominated.
There was a woman
girls.
And there was a young guy.
Emmy Dye, Peyton Fowler, and Tate Landis.
Well,
were the only young ladies.
And they did have a great time here. They had a wonderful homecoming video that was made by Mr. Zach Saltz and the Room 308 production group. And, they just had a wonderful time out here. We also welcome back last year's homecoming court members, Vivian Podreberic and Truman Julescard. So they were back here for the event tonight as well. Well, neither team's returned to the field yet. The clock at the end of the field says we've got about 2.5 minutes until game time. Let's take one more 1-minute timeout, and Matt can kind of come back and give us a rundown on those scoring drives that the Lions had here in our first half of action. Lions lead it at halftime, 21-0 on their own home turf here at Lawrence High School. We'll be back in 1 minute. Hi there. Which one was the one that was the girl that won? Who was the young woman that was in the court? Milo Bitters? Hi there. Welcome back to Lawrence High School and Lawrence High School's football field, and I'm honored to say, and into the Hank booth where we're broadcasting tonight. And it is a broadcast booth as well as a writer's booth and announcer's booth and all the rest, but the whole thing is called the Hank booth now. And the Lions are coming out of a completely different they're coming out the same place, but they're coming out a different direction, Matt, with something fancy down there. What is that?
Well, that's their new tunnel that they have got this summer. It's a big black tunnel with the traditional Lions helmet with the white stripe right down the middle, and they come out at halftime and the beginning of the game. That's how they do it now.
There you
I
go.
love it.
And it's a neat thing to run out of, and it's wish we could see it better, but it's got a Lions helmet with the traditional white stripe over the top where the players come out of that helmet and run onto the field right down at the beginning of that end zone on the far south end of the stadium. Well, tell us about the scoring there, Matt.
Well, it started off with the first drive of the game from Lawrence High. They were really, really productive on the ground and through the air. Clinton mixed it up quite a bit and capped off by a 26-yard Dom Ostronic TD. Now, they didn't get the extra point, so into that drive was 6-0. Then it came back to the Lions again with 3:49 left to go in the first, and 3 and out were the Lions on that drive. Next drive, again, was a pretty efficient drive, unfortunately with a couple of penalties that cost the Lions a little bit, but they were able to overcome that again with although check that was a very, very long drive that ended on the 2-yard line. They were not able to get in. They turned it over on downs. Then the next drive started at 2:57 in the second quarter, so we're almost done with the quarter, Hank. Just took 3 plays and tapped off by a 53-yard touchdown again to Dom Ostronic. So 2 touchdowns at that point by Dom. 2-point conversion was good for 14-0 Lions. And then the Lions come right back, stop them quick. Only
30 seconds.
30 seconds off the clock. Lions get it back with 50 seconds left to go in the half and able to make a couple nice passing plays. Then a couple of incompletions, but capped off by a 23-yard flea flicker to Sam Cito. Sam Cito threw the ball to Dom Ostronic for 23-yard TD. Dom Ostronic's got 3 touchdowns in the half, 21-0 Lions at the half.
And caught by the Dom, who was also one of the court that was out on the field, and we'll try again to get those names of the people that won the top positions in that court. So one thing for sure, it's a different kind of homecoming court than the past, and well, it should be. We're a different world, Matt, and we have different things and values in that way we do some of these things. So with that said, we'll look to the field and see the Lions, who received the opening kickoff at the choice of the visitors, who won the toss, and the Olathe East Hawks at that time deferred to the Lions, chose to get the ball.
And Hank, this was done. Same thing as last week. We come out at the middle of the half, and they're doing literal lineman drills right out of the field, and Trey Georgie's down there with the linemen going over stuff that you would think that this is something that's gone over and over again during practice, but they're not getting enough of it, obviously, because Trey Georgie's with those linemen down there going over things, talking about some drills. I do not see Will Hendricks on the field or on the sideline, and so Will might be done for the game. I would love to try to talk to some of those coaches. I might grab that here at the punt.
One thing I do want to make sure of, and that is we want to make sure that the young man is safe, and I'm sure he is safe. I don't mean that. I hope that he's okay and is simply not coming back out on the field because of how bad this pain is or something like that. There is the kickoff, taken at the 15 and tackled immediately by the Lions at the 18-yard line. What a trip downfield. That kick went high in the air, and I imagine the young man who snatched it up at the 14-yard line, 15-yard line, thought, here I go, I've got wide open, and bam, he's hit at the 20-yard line and taken down hard.
I would imagine they challenged them at halftime, Hank, because those first 2 kickoffs by the Lions to the Hawks have not been successful for the Lions.
The coverage on the previous kickoffs by Lions have not been good at all, and they had a couple that had to be re-kicked, and one of them had to be re-kicked twice. Now we go with the Hawks offense on the field for the first series of play. As we start the third quarter, they've got a 21-point deficit to make up, and their quarterback takes the snap and hands it off over the left side of the offensive line, and Jack Cornell, the senior quarterback, hands
Sophomore
that ball
quarterback,
off.
Hank.
What's that?
Jack Cornell is a sophomore. Hank.
Sophomore, excuse me. Jack Cornell, just a sophomore. I was mistaken his number with his grade. He's number 12, which is the senior number, and now the 10, obviously a sophomore. Cornell, just a sophomore. Thank you for the correction. 2 wide to the left, 1 out wide to the right. Quarterback back in the pocket, wants to throw it downfield. He's got a man, and he's got him clear down to the 42-yard line. So a big pickup on that one. Most of the players are staying where they are back at the original line of scrimmage, and we have a hold on that 20-yard to 22-yard pass play. The Olathe East Hawks are going to be guilty of a hold, and it will come back, and 10 yards get added to that original 10 yards they had to start. So a penalty on a very good play. 22-yard pass completion is nullified by that particular offensive holding call. Well, I think the Lions caught a break on that one, Matt.
Well, they absolutely did, but that's why that pass was, why they were able to give their quarterback all that time. Jack Cornell had tons of time, and primarily because of the hold.
One thing for sure, Lawrence High School now will be looking at probably some kind of trickery in pass plays. They have a long way to go from back at the 10-yard line. They hand it off.
Ball on the ground.
If the
Fumble.
ball's fumbled, the ball
Lions
was
say they
taken
have
by
it.
the Lions as he came to the line of scrimmage, knocked him down the ball.
It is the Lions' ball.
The Lions have recovered that fumble down near the 10-yard line. Let's see where it is. They put it down at the 12. The Lions have caught a big break right off the bat here in this third quarter of play at the Lions field at Lawrence High School. The ball will be put down at the 11-yard line. Have no idea who may have recovered that. Somebody up here might have seen it. So
Well, there was a gang line tackle.
Gang tackle,
I was
that's
actually
for sure.
trying to get the number of the Lion who actually made the initial hit, because they were through that line right away. But here we go. Here's Tyson Graham.
There's the handoff right up the middle, and all the way to the end zone. Tyrell Reed, number 1, gets the first handoff for the Lions of the second half and takes it 11. A lot of ones in there. 11-yard touchdown by number 1 on the first play of the second half, and the Lions make it a 3 or 4 touchdown spread, looking for the extra point now. I see a number 72 coming out onto the field for the Lions. And,
I believe that's 76.
76, excuse me. Lawrence High School does send a backup here for the line for the extra point try. And Noah will be trying to get that extra point through. The ball is down. The kick is up. I think it got through. It did. It got through there. And the Lions, who led it by 3 touchdowns, now just as quickly lead by 4, 28-0. The Lions have the lead, and as we get going with this second half, going to be a long night here, the way the Lions are putting the ball in the end zone. We'll be back with the kickoff after that touchdown right after this timeout. Good. Want to mention that Alpha Roofing is your number 1 choice in roofing around this area. They do a wonderful job. Thanks to Alpha Roofing for all the help they've given us through the years. Alpha Roofing, here's the kickoff. Noah Richardson kicks that ball high in the air, taken in. Noah bounced past the
Lions ball,
and the Lions have gone back down the field and I think recovered that football.
Kyle Watson.
The ball was bouncing past the two players that were back for it. The Lions kept a dead beat on that ball, and lo and behold, right after getting a fumble at the 11-yard line, they pick up the kickoff at the 15 and have a chance to get a second touchdown. Zippity-doo-dah, just like that. The Lions 15 yards away with a first down, and the Lions have had a couple of big plays here offensively, by the kicking team defensively and by the defense. Did you see who got that ball?
Kyle Watson.
Kyle Watson. All right.
I believe they heard it on the air, but you might not have heard it.
Again, my earphones on the ear that isn't plugged up isn't working very well, so we'll fix that. Quarterback going to throw the ball. Boy, he just got it off, and it's
Braden Heck.
Dan Heck's got it down to the 9-yard line. Braden Heck, I'll tell you, they came after our quarterback very hard, and I think they dumped him right at the end of that play, just as he threw the ball. But the Lions quarterback, Mr. Grammer, is just fine, thank you, and runs right back up to the huddle and moves all the team out and spreads them out. No huddle on this one. The Lions go quickly. Quarterback turns, hands it off to the right side. Running play by
First down, and
it's going to be first and goal, I believe. They did not signal touchdown. Was that Tyrell?
No. That was Braden Heck, Hank.
Braden Heck had that ball. Braden Heck down to the 1-yard line. First and goal at the 1. Here comes the play after that one. And it's right straight over the left side.
Touchdown!
Touchdown, Lions. Braden Heck sticks around to carry the ball in for the 5th touchdown of the night. I don't know if the Lions have scored 2 touchdowns in a row that quickly.
It's been a while, Hank. It has been a while.
It's been a while since we've seen that happen. So a 21-0 lead is now 34-0, and the other team basically hasn't had a chance to run a play or not. Now the Lawrence Lions are ready to go with the extra point try. Noah Richardson out there ready to give it a boot and see how he can do with it. And the kick is up, and the kick is no good on this one. 34-0, it stays right there with 9:41 to go in the third quarter. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
I love that commercial. I think it's hilarious.
Back once again. The Lions are kicking off. Are you ready? For the third time. The Lions kicking off for the third time.
I think they heard us. They heard us complaining about him. That group. The kickoff team has really made a remarkable improvement this half, haven't they?
They sure have. They kicked off. This is the third kickoff in this half with 2.5 minutes gone. They've kicked it off a third time now. Ball bounces down inside the 15 at a hard.
Wow!
And then a defensive tackle down at the 14-yard line by a Lion who scooted down that field and got the man, knocked him down right as he picked up the football.
I mean, Kenton Simmons went down there like a missile and just lit that guy up on the 15-yard line. And that's where the Hawks are going to start it from here with this drive.
A senior who's a defensive end, a tight end on offense, and he made a heck of a tackle on that one as the man was picking the football up, hoping to find some running room and finding nothing but a big 6'4" body draped all over his body. First down at the 15-yard line. The Richardson kick once again buries them deep. Them being the Hawks of Olathe East, and their quarterback stands back about 5-6 yards off the line, steps up to take the snap, hands it off. Now passes to the other side, and faked the handoff into the line and then came over and passed it complete and out of bounds at about the 22, 23-yard line. Looks like a pickup of, call it 8, and second down and 2 now at the 24-yard line. Excuse me. Matt, you've always done the third quarter when we work together. Are you ready for some play-by-play action tonight?
Anytime you want to, me too, Hank.
I'd sure love for you to. And
Collier threw the ball
that
to
ball
his
was
intended
thrown.
receiver, but just knocked flat by Kyle Watson. It hits that, puts a hit on that intended receiver right as soon as that ball gets to him, and that went incomplete. But Kyle Watson, what a hit. Kyle Watson's having himself a game. Here we go, the sophomore.
You can pick it right up, Matt.
Jack Cornell
Ready to go.
in at quarterback, as he has been all night. Looks like he has got one running back. That is Ray Smith III, the deep back. Ray's listed at 222, big guy. And that's the handoff to him, Ray Smith, but pile drive, but not before he picks up 2 yards to get that first down. At least that's what it looks like to me. There they go. Move the change. That's up to the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25. The Hawks have it. Still in their own territory. 9:20 to go in this third quarter. Lions have blown this game wide open. 34-0 now. Lions lead it. Is that what you wanted me to do, Hank?
That's great.
All right.
Keep it right up.
Go. Jack Cornell, Ray Smith at tailback. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 wide receiver to the right. 1 man in motion. Grant Polak signaling now. Another man goes on the other side. Jaden Bowen. Pass out to Bowen. Bowen tips it up in the air, and that is nowhere in no man's land. No, nothing's getting that. Grant Pollock, the intended receiver, tips that ball up on the 40, and that ball flies up in the air to past the 50-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Lawrence High School on that last play showed again that they were putting pressure on that quarterback from the time that the snap came, and it's hard to get a zero in on a receiver when you're being chased that hard.
Ray Smith, the running back. Jack Cornell at quarterback. Man in motion again. Handoff to keeper. Pitch out to Grant, I believe, and nothing doing there. And that was the runner was Jaden Brown, and absolutely picked up nothing on that play. I believe that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Is that right, Hank?
That sounds right.
Actually, they're going to lose 2 yards on the play.
They lost 2.
And out goes Jaden for the Hawks.
3rd and 12. These are the Hawks from Olathe, not from up on our campus there.
That's right.
Full
And
house
the East,
tomorrow.
and the East
You're
from
going to be
Olathe,
there,
not
I know.
Shawnee Mission East like we played last week. Jack Collier getting the signals. Cornell. Man in motion behind Cornell. Cornell's looking to pass. Cornell's moving out to the far side, has a man way on the other side of the field, and appears to have made the catch, but that's going to be for about 1 yard. That's going to, actually they'll give him a couple. That's going to bring up 4th down and 10 yards to go.
4th and 10, they're behind 34-0. You'd say, well, why don't you keep it and try to do something? But that's too much yardage, too deep in the other guy's territory. Punt coming up by the Olathe East Hawks.
Yep, Cornell is the punter for the Hawks, quarterback and punter. He'll be deep at the 10-yard line for the Hawks. Deep for the Lions is, I believe that's Sam Cito. Sam Cito is normally the deep man on the punts. Here comes the punt. That's going to be a long punt right to Sam. Sam gets it at the 50 and then pile drive. Oh, my! And pulled down to inside the Hawks territory at the 46-yard line. But there is a flag on the play. Hank, I'm not sure what that flag's going to be.
That was not around that tackle. That was here on the side that might indicate it was some kind of a hold against the offensive team, Lions.
Well, flag on both sides of the field. There's one on the far side,
too.
too.
The other one now, yeah. Both sides, so we may have offsetting penalties here. That might bring about.
Sam made a
punt.
nice reception and looked like he might be able to get through make a move and get up make some yardage, but only able to get about 5 yards after the catch, and then just slammed by Olathe and brought down immediately, and actually after losing another couple yards.
Michael Costello made that tackle. Number 11 is the way that looked to me, and he took him down hard. But they're taking a long time on this call, and again, I'm going to point out this officiating crew. As officials, efficiency is not their strongest point. I'm sure they're very good at making the calls, but it does take them quite a while to sort out all of the information on play. Both teams.
It has been this time.
They're still huddled up on this.
Yeah, they are. 6:48 left to go in this third quarter. 34-0. Lions lead it. Here we go. And here's the call.
See what it is.
Holding on the Lions at offset.
It took that long to find out that one call was for holding on one team and a face mask on the other team, and the two penalties offset each other, and the Lions football will now be taken right where it was punted to.
No, they're putting it back where it looks like they're going to redo the play.
Well, the Lions...
they took the ball back down here from
the 25-yard line, the original line of scrimmage, and I'm...
And the
players are all coming out
by the 50. But the referees are at 25. So
now the officials have put the ball down at the 25, which I believe was the line of scrimmage with the 4th down and 10 call.
That's right. That's why I think it's going to be a
They're going to make them kick it again. The Lions might try someone besides Sam, because he did take a heck of a hit on that last one.
Oh, no, nothing's going to keep him out of there.
Okay, he's not going to back out of it. Now the punter gets ready to go again. Matt, tell us about
check it out. It is Xander. It's Xander Thomas is deep for the Lions this time. Oh, check it. No. Sam Cito's deep. Xander's the up man. And he's got the ball punted away. Better punt this time. And they're gonna let it land there at the 50. Takes a little bit of a Hawks bounce up to the 48-yard line. I think that's right where it was the last play. So
I think it was.
That just took about 5 minutes to do absolutely nothing. Congratulations to our pinstripe guys.
Well, we got it done carefully, accurately. It is
6:27 left to go in this third quarter.
We're not doing this out of disrespect in any way. This is not an easy job, officiating these games. We've all heard the stories and seen the tapes and everything else, but this this game is running slow. Here comes the handoff.
Handoff to Tyrell. Tyrell's able to pound his way up into the Hawks territory. Flag on the field. Tyrell picked up 5 yards on the play. Just kind of got a nice little front step, and then pile drives into some Hawks. Let's see what the call is.
Talking to the Lions, I think.
Flag right where the ball is sitting, and looks like they're going to walk it off. Oh, personal foul, face mask. That's going to be at 15 yards of that play. So pick up 15 on that, and nice little first down for the Lions.
One of the big offensive linemen down there is pleading his case. Craig Hartung, a defensive lineman who's 5'11" and 275 pounds, apparently is the guilty party, but the ball is moved and the penalty's called.
Ball on the 33-yard line of the Hawks. Back. Flip out to Ostronic. Ostronic's got it up past the line of scrimmage, up past the 30-yard line to the 28 and out there. And there was a flag on the play. Let's see what that call is now.
Oh, boy.
This is getting a little ugly now, Hank.
This is getting to be really Now, the call, obviously, if it's that blatant right in front of an official, has to be called. But this will be a penalty against the Lions. And
Yes,
I believe holding. 10-yard penalty coming up against the Lions takes away 10 of those yards that they got when the other penalty was called.
That's going to bring up first and
17.
Yep, about 17.
We're still halfway through the third quarter at 9 o'clock. This is KLWN 101.7 and 1320 KLWN Lawrence, Kansas.
Tyrell Reed in running back. Tyson Grammer's got it. He's got a man downfield. He heaves it up, and that is incomplete. He's going for Dom Ostronic again. Dom Ostronic that time was in triple coverage, but not able to come up with it. And really, the defensive line was able to get to Tyson really, really quick that time, Hank.
I'll tell you what, Ostronic showed a lot of courage to sit there in the middle of all that, and now it is an Olathe East player who's injured, who was downfield on that play, one of the two guys that were guarding Ostronic when that play came off. So we've got now an injured player from Olathe that stops the play once again.
Second down, 17 for the Lions. 5:44 to go in this third quarter. And this is taking the start of this third quarter has gone pretty slow at this point. Several very, very quick touchdowns by the Lions, but then now it has kind of slowed to a snail's pace, Hank.
3 touchdowns in the first 2.5 minutes. We played another 4 minutes since then, and Lawrence High School hasn't added a score, but the last 4 minutes have taken about a half an hour to play because it was 8:35, I believe, 8:40 when we started this quarter, and it's now after 9. So it's been a very long third quarter because of, well, many reasons. Most of them good for the Lions. They scored 3 touchdowns, and that doesn't burn a lot of time off the clock when you score them bang, bang, bang.
And here we have 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 wide receiver to the far. Tyrell Reed still in at running back. Grammer has the ball and just pile drive by that entire line. That line is making a difference now for the Hawks. They are getting through our offensive line, and I don't see, and I need to look around here to see if I see Will Hendricks, but Will is absolutely not back right now.
Again, that's the injury that we had. Will Hendricks hurt there in that first half. The big junior taken off with an apparent leg or foot injury and has not returned.
Third down, 17. Tyson Grammer in at running back, quarterback. Brandon.
Yeah, we're going to get 5 yards on this one. The defensive end jumped across the line, made contact apparently very briefly with the Lion, and now they'll mark off 5 yards on the offsides penalty. And the beat goes on.
Braden Heck in at running back now for the Lions. We have not seen that 2-back set this week like we did last. And I really like that 2-back set. They seem to work really, really well for him. But Clint decided to go a different direction today. Heck's in at blocker, and Heck does a great job blocking. He's got an open man, wide open, and it's caught! Who's Samcito in for the touchdown? 38 yards on the play for a Samcito touchdown. Beautiful pass, wide open Samcito, and there you go. Lions are on the board again.
Wow. That was as pretty a play. Cito was wide open just simply because of the way he maneuvered his body. Started out in a very straight line, started right, and then went back left and left everybody in his dust.
And let's see here. Noah is on for the extra point. Try, been sometimes successful, sometimes not. And he gets the snap, calling for it. There it is, and the kick is up, and it is good.
Good.
That'll be 41-0. 4:38 left to go in this third quarter. Lions lead it. You're listening to Lawrence High School football from the Hank booth. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You want to give us an official station ID?
Good night, nurse. Well,
thank you.
I got a legal ID too.
Yeah, you did it. I just figured we'd do it
No, it's all right.
officially. We're back here at Lawrence High School Stadium, live from the Hank booth. Matt Llewellyn and Hank Booth on the call for Lawrence High School. We're getting ready to kick the ball off, and let's see what happens. This has been a kind of a chore all night tonight. Ball is up, and it is kept deepest ball all night, 8-yard line. Bring it up to the 20, 25, almost to 30, and that ball, and he got hit hard. I believe that was Noah Richardson with a hit on that play.
He got hit by around the ankles, and then the follow-up tackler just after that was on his shoulder pads, and well, he really got bent over with that tackle. Good kick, by the way. Very good kick.
Yeah, that was Noah's best kick all night, so Noah, the kicker, was able to come up and make that stop. I think he was not happy with the way some of those kickoffs have gone, but that stops him just up to the 31-yard line. That's where Olathe will take over from there. 31-yard line. Lions lead at 41-0. 4:31 left to go in this third quarter. Jack Cornell at running back. In motion. Max McGillen throws off to the near side. Catch is made, but won't gain too much on that one. Looks
That
like
was a
they'll give him
completed pass. The
2
official
yards.
quickly kept his arm waving to keep the clock running. The linesman on this side of the field said he didn't get out of bounds. Keep the clock going.
Tate Meyer with the tackle on that one.
That sounded right. Number 12, I believe. 45.
Cornell in it. Quarterback.
Pass block.
Class blocked. And I believe that was Kim Allen who got his big arms up there. And Kim finally making his presence known on that one. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Well, you don't, you love it when a great guy on the defense gets a play like that. So he did a good job on that one. Just reached up and batted it.
Well, I mean, normally, Hank, that's what I do. The previous 3 games, it's been Lance Bassett, Noah Kirk, Kenton Simmons, and Kim Allen. That's what I've called all night long. This game has not been like that. Kim Allen, I think that might be the first time I've called him all night long. Man in motion, hands off this time to Ray Smith. Ray Smith looking for a hold, does not find any at all. Into that Lion defensive line and nothing doing at all. Give him a yard, bring it up 4th and 7.
Lawrence High School probably going to receive another punt here in this third quarter. And
call that tackle on Brittingham, Tate Meyer, and Kim Allen.
There was a bunch of Lions in those black uniforms all over him, as there have been all night. The gang tackling has just been, well, I heard you talking about it for 3 games, and now I get to watch it. It's something.
But this is a pretty formidable line. Let's see here what they're going to do. They're absolutely going to punt the ball back, and the punt is up. Nice punt. Calls for a fair catch, and he's got it right at the 43-yard line. Sam Cito didn't have visions of glory that time to say, hey, I'm going to catch this ball. I'm going to do the best thing for my team. That's where they're going to start it from right there at the 42. 2:58 left to go. Lions lead it. 2:58 to go in this game.
I don't think I'm wrong when I say that Sam Cito is probably body-wise one of the smallest players on the field. He's listed at 5'9". I'm not sure of that. And 171, I think he's lost some weight since they measured everybody and got their weights down at the beginning of the season. That is a brave young man who took that fair catch.
Well, Sam Cito's a tough kid. Let's see what happens here. I believe Tyson Grammer still at quarterback. Hands off to Braden Heck. Braden Heck's got it and piles up to the and let's see if they give him the first down. Not quite. Give him 8 yards on that first down carry for Braden.
Well, you can tell that defensive line is just exhausted. They have been out for play after play, and then the offense has turned it over, or the kickoff team's turned it over, and they're right back out again.
Tyson Graham at quarterback. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Hands off again. Nope, not a handoff. Pass over to Cito on the far side. Cito able to get it right by the ends, and brings it across the 50 up to about the 46-yard line. Flag now on the play. Looks like that one might be another one on the Olathe East sideline.
Well, we had an interesting thing down here, too, because an Olathe player was slow getting up down below, and a Lion offered him his hand.
Well, or are they going to call that on Cole Watson? Cole Watson was over there.
But the Lion, who was down over here, or not down, but the Hawk, who was down, was offered a hand up by a Lion, and he refused it, and one of his players had to come over and pull him to his feet.
Well, so the play was enough for the first down, and I just barely saw the number. I could have sworn that was Cito who made the catch, but it might have been Cole.
How many penalties have been called in this quarter?
Well, I mean that's a personal. I mean,
no, that's somebody illegal downfield, I believe.
Yeah, now that's unsportsmanlike conduct again, Hank.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to be a big 15-yarder, and Clint Bone is not happy.
15 yards on that. Unsportsmanlike conduct on that football field does not make Mr. Bowen, Coach Bowen, happy at all. They mark it clear back to the 39-yard line, and the Lions there will now have to take care of.
So that was after the play. So they're now calling it 1st and 10 from the Lions' 39-yard line. So interesting turn of events. They give them the first down because that's the way the play resulted, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
and then the play was over. They threw the flag, and now they're going up. I do want to talk to Coach and find out what Cole Watson might have said.
Well, no players come off the field. In other words,
no, Cole Watson did come off.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
All right, I missed that.
That's why I was thinking that must have been on Cole Watson. Okay, Tyson Grammer's got it. Offsides again. They're going to stop that play. Stop that play again. Dom Ostronic was in motion. Tyrell Reed, I believe, is the running back. And Cole Watson's back in the game now. Okay.
I'm just simply going to say now that the game.
Josh King is actually in at running back now.
Okay.
So this is Josh's first time.
I was going to say, first timer here.
Well, check that. He's not at running back. No, yes, he is at running back. Okay, pass to the near side to Josh King, up to the 40-yard line, and brings it up. Call that 7-8 yards on that play. So that's going to bring up second down and 8. That was first down and 15.
Now, Josh King, a senior running back, also plays safety, and caught that pass in a wideout position and takes it for 5.
Here we go. Second down, 8 yards to go, still in Lion territory for the second time of this drive. Tyson Grammer's got an open man. Sam Cito up to the first down. He's got it.
He got it.
Picks up those 7 yards. Just 7 yards does Sam Cito.
Right on the money. Perfect pass to Cito.
And Sam Cito able to make a couple moves. He picked up 6 on the catch and maybe 2 on his power. First down and 10, still in Lions territory, just barely on the 49-yard line. Tyson Grammer, Tyrell Reed in the backfield, and flags again.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
that will be on the Lions, and that will bring the ball back another 5. So bring up first down and 15 yards.
I tell you what, I believe we are now at least 40 minutes into this second half, and we still have 1:13 seconds to go in the third quarter, folks.
Tyrell Reed, it is at running back. And Everybody's in real close this time. Tyson Grammer throws out to the near side to Tyson Grammer. Tyson Grammer's got it at the 45-yard line, still in Lions territory. Picks up about 3 yards on that pass play.
Number 23 made that tackle, and that's Jake Molman, number 23, Jake Molman, a sophomore.
So second down, 12 yards to go. Tyson, quarterback, hands off quick to Tyrell Reed. Tyrell Reed up to the original line of scrimmage and maybe 1 yard further. So pick up 3 on the play. That's going to bring up third down and 9. And we have an injured Hawk on the field.
Tyrell Reed had 3 guys hanging on him, and he kept his...
And Brett Carroll is one of their studs on the line for the Hawks. And check that. That is not Brett Carroll. That is Craig Hartug Jr. is down on the field right now for the Hawks.
Helmet off, and you can tell that this young man has had a ball game and a half already. He's 5'11", weighs 275 according to the program, and that's a lot of weight to carry around for a ball game that's already lasted almost 2.5 hours. With a full quarter to go.
Yeah, and let's break here 30 seconds. 24.1 seconds to go in this third quarter. You're listening to Lions football on 1320 KLWN.
You are doing great.
Oh, thanks, Hank.
No, it really, compared to how I have been getting back into the swing. I was actually really nervous about that.
I thought you did. Hey, you've done well for not calling a game yet. I thought you've done good.
It's been a while. Now I get to go.
Hey, keep it for another, buddy. Keep it for another.
Yeah. These 2 guys still on the ground. I can do a injury report.
Nice work, Richie. Thank you. Yeah, you were on it. He's coming off now, so I'll take it back as soon as we get back.
It'll be a minute before they get things going slow. Oh yeah, every game in the state will be.
Why don't you give us some then? And we're back here at the seconds left to go in this third quarter. And ball on the 50-yard line. It has been, they've been in this territory on this drive. And right now they're almost about getting ready to get back in it. Third and 9 yards to go. And we have Braden Heck now in at running back. Tyson Grammer still at quarterback. You would think in the fourth quarter they might make a little bit of a change, get some youngsters in. 3 wide receivers in a line down to the far side for the Lions. Tyson taking his time, 25 seconds still on the play clock. Clock is moving. It looks like they're just going to let this thing run out, and that'll take it into the third quarter. They'll just turn the ball around, turn all the teams around, and that's where we'll go for the start of the fourth quarter. And that will signify the end of the third quarter. 41-0, Lions lead it. We'll see what they do. That might now be a running clock. I'm looking down to, and everybody's saying, yes, Matt, come on. Oh, they've got to get to 45 points. Okay, so everybody's squaring me away in this broadcast booth. Tell me what to do, Hank.
What do they tell you, Matt?
45, it's got to get to a 45-point spread before they do a running clock. So we'll see here if the Lions can score here, and then they'll go to the running clock, and then I would imagine we're going to see a lot of youngsters.
Again, Lawrence High School is leading in this ball game, 41-0. We'll be back after this third quarter timeout. You can just do a 30, and I'm going to do this injury report. We bring you injury reports on our broadcast, brought to you by Advent Health Medical Group. As you heard from Matt earlier, one of the defensive players, Craig Hartung Jr., taken off the field, injured just here at the very end of this third quarter. And that's something that we hate to say there's been an injury, we'd rather say, well, no injuries to report. But tonight we've had a couple, one Lion and one of the Hawks out there. And again, these health reports are brought to you by Advent Health Medical Group Primary Care here in Lawrence.
Those are my doctors. I go see Dr. Becky. She's a good lady. I really like her a lot, like everybody over there at Advent. They really take good care of me.
Good to hear.
Here we go, Tyson Grammer.
Third down and 9. Now, Grammer's going to keep place at quarterback. He throws it out wide to the right side, and a short gain on that one. Not enough for a first down. One of the Lions that I think that was number 3, Cito, that made the catch.
It was Sam Cito, Hank.
4th down now and 5. Will the Lions go ahead and punt it from near midfield? They're at the 45 of the opponent. They don't appear to be getting ready to do that. They do appear to be letting lots of clock run off before they do anything. And now probably going to take a choice here. Grammer's going to take the snap, and he's going to throw the football. He was deep, but he completes it down to the 25, 20, 15, 10, inside the 10, and still dragging players with him. Clear down to the 7-yard line. Number 8, I believe,
Cole Watson. Cole Watson has just been the man tonight. Cole Watson, we call his name quite a bit catching the ball tonight. It's been Dom Ostronic, but Cole Watson makes a big-time impact right there. That's good for a 43-yard pickup for Cole.
Big giant gain when they needed 4th down and 5. And Cole caught that ball, and away he went. Now it's number
Tyson.
1, Tyrell Reed, fighting to the goal line. Did he make it? Not.
Yes, touchdown.
He's in.
Tyrell Reed.
Tyrell Reed with a touchdown. I believe that's his first running touchdown tonight.
Nope, that's his second.
Second, thank you. Second touchdown tonight for Tyrell. I know the Stronach has 3 catches for touchdowns in this game. A very important point has been passed. We will now have a running clock. When the team gets 45 points or more ahead in a game, the clock will continue to run. And with 10:48 to go in the game, the clock will keep running now, I understand. Is that right, Matt? I got that right?
That's what they told me.
Snap.
And that's Noah Kirk's got it. Bad snap, and Noah Kirk's going to try to run it in, but nothing doing. He's down there at the 10-yard line, and he looks maybe a little...
I think it was actually not a bad snap as much as it was a very hard to handle snap, and it went through the hands of the holder in this case, and unable to kick that extra point. Well, the grade on the extra points tonight is going to have to be a C-, I'm afraid, but everything else seems to be working pretty well. We'll be back on KLWN for the rest of the 4th quarter right after this timeout. 1:30, I believe, well, I know. We're going to have a running clock, we think. Running clock starts now. Running clock starts now. Well, we're back once again at Lawrence High School Stadium, and Lawrence High School in this ball game has increased their lead to 47-0. A couple of missed extra points, one from a snap that went awry and the other one from a kick that was partially blocked. Lawrence High 47-0. I believe now the clock will run as the kickoff occurs. The clock starts, and on the far sideline, one of the guys up for the Hawks takes the ball, carries it from about the 27, 28-yard line up and out of bounds at the 33. But the clock does not stop. It will run now consistently, and maybe we will get home before my bedtime. Matt?
Hank, I'm not counting on that. I thought your bedtime passed at 9 o'clock, man.
I used to stay up late on Friday and Saturday night.
I think that stopped a long time ago.
A long time ago.
I think
but the bottom line now is that the Lions now will be trying very hard to keep this ball game scoreless. Has a timeout been called by the Lions?
Yeah, I think that.
Well, so,
I think what they're doing, Hank, is they're making sure they get some substitutions in. They get some other guys some playing time here at defense. I'm sure that's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. They're going to get some other guys in, and I'm going to get to work here, Hank. I'm going to call these other guys' numbers. Okay?
Yeah, great.
So
keep an eye on some of these guys.
We can get a bunch of these guys in here. Okay, so I do know we've got Brandon Lett in there. Looks like Noah Richards going to get a little bit more playing time other than just at kicker in the kicking team. Jack Grimes is in there for the Lions.
I think it's
Kyle Watson is still in there. Let me see here. But we do have two new deep backs, but a little bit. Yeah, that's Brandon Lett. I've called him before. And I apologize. I'm going to try to get as many of these guys in as I can, Hank. You take it away from here.
We're ready to go. The Lawrence High School substitutes getting a chance to play some minutes, and they do a real good job on a running play right up the middle as this drive starts this fourth quarter for the football team from Olathe East.
Malachi Hernandez in now to the game for the Lions.
They're playing a couple of guys. The safeties are playing back off the line about 20 yards, so that gives you an idea. They're expecting things long to happen here.
Yeah, Brendan and Xander are playing way back. They don't want anything bad to happen, and it is a pass play. Almost
make that catch.
Brandon Lett had a wheel on that ball. Jalen Parks in now for the Lions, a sophomore. So you love to see a sophomore getting some playing time.
The incomplete pass does not stop the clock. It continues to run with 8.5 minutes to go in this ball game. Lawrence leads at 47-0 in Kansas High School football. A lead of 45 points brings on a running clock. And Lawrence High has that lead now by 2 extras points. Here comes a reverse around to the backside and toward us on the Lawrence High side of the field, and a big gainer going now for number 1. I don't think we've seen that guy tonight, Grant Pollock. He's just a sophomore.
Yeah, I've called him. He's been on, and Jalen Diddy was the guy responsible for getting him out of bounds for the Lions.
Grant Pollock is a 5'9", 147-pounder who can really scoot, and he scooted around this end toward the Lions fans and players on this side of the field. Now on the east side of the field, I might say. First down on that play. There's a pass play to the outside, and it's completed for a big gain all the way down the sideline and out of bounds.
Malachi Hernandez in for the tackle on that one, but not before that picked up a huge, and this second team unit looks like they might be giving up the first touchdown of the night to the Hawks. 7:15 going, the clock is running.
Will we need to keep the ball game clock running if they do score?
And Tyson Grammer has just absolutely had an incredible night. 278 yards through the air. It has been air chesty lion tonight.
Now we're ready to go with this play down, first down. They're inside the 15, just inside, and a pass play goes over the middle, and that one is in for a score. Touchdown. Olathe East Hawks have their first points of the night. They ring up a 6-pointer as they get that pass play completed just over the goal line at the south end of the stadium. And now the try for they're going to kick the extra point. That makes it a 40-point lead for the Lions if they can convert here. And that means, I guess, the clock will start stopping again.
No, I don't think so, Hank. I think it's going to keep on going. Yep.
I hope you're right. Now, there's going to be a timeout. What? They didn't do the extra point. I'm wondering now, why did they call a timeout before an extra point? But they have, and we'll take it with them. Lions lead it 47-6. Extra point coming up. It looked like they were going to kick it. 6:07 to go in this ball game. Will the clock run? We'll have to wait and see. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Hey, I'll take a bite. Is there an extra piece? Well, now we have the Lions coming out to play defense against the Hawks, who are trying to get 7 points on the board, and they have 6. Now we're going to see if they can add to that by a point, and then we'll have a kickoff. We'll have to wait until then. They did stop the clock. It has not continued to run through this long, drawn-out extra point. That's taken another 10 minutes or so to get underway and to get completed. And again, the football team from East wants to put a point on the board. They've got their kicker out there to do it. And he is Cameron Spear. He kicks it up, and it was blocked. The Lions blocked that extra point kick, and the score, 47-6, 6:07 on the clock. We'll be right back with the, hopefully, final 6 minutes on KLWS.
From the Hank booth. Hey, Richie, right after the game, give us some scores when we take a break, okay? Thank you.
You know Sunflower League? Well, the Lions are going to get a kickoff the second time tonight. They got the opening kickoff and drove down and scored. Now, with the score 47-6, that 45-point rule, will it stay in effect? We're going to find out as soon as the kickoff's over.
Live from the Hank booth here on Lawrence High School Football Stadium. Matt Llewellyn and Hank Booth.
Just had his extra point blocked. Now we'll try to kick this ball, I'm sure out of sight, but it will be a high. And
Sam Cito.
The 15-yard line up to the 20, 25, 30, and down to about the 32-yard line. The Lawrence High School back has carried that back up. Cito?
Yeah, Sam Cito.
Sam Cito carried that football. A first down for the Lions. And the clock is running now, but it should after the kickoff and the chains are moved. 47-6 the score. I imagine each coach was fine with the game clock continuing to run. Each coach realizes his team has made some serious mistakes here tonight.
My man number 23, Mason Mosman, is out there for the Lions, and we got a new quarterback and new running back.
Now we have the quarterback there's the handoff by the new quarterback to, is that Mosley, the running back?
No, Kenyon
Richardson.
Swimmer in at the quarterback position. Listed as a wide receiver. Oh, check that. I'm sorry. Derek Watson. Derek Watson's in there.
Watson, the quarterback. Lawrence High School has a backup quarterback out there now as they lead in this game by a sizable amount with just a few minutes to go. And here's a running play for a first down. Some good blocking along that second team or maybe some third team members of the offense out there as they blew a hole that let the running back get through for a good game.
And
set that backfield for me again.
26 is the running back, Noah Richardson. So Nysa will pick up by Noah. Their third down, 1 to go, and Noah gets the ball again.
Whoop, this time he's bottled up as he gets the ball. The quarterback is
Derek. I'm sorry, I'm being corrected. Adric Watson.
Adric Watson is the quarterback, and now we'll have the second down and about 11 yards to go. I thought they had it's fourth down, excuse me. Fourth down out there on the field with 3:42 and the clock running down and continuing to run down. They're going to let the clock run off just as much as they can. The Lions are preparing to punt. Grammer did come out to do that. He will be in a set to, they're going to throw the football. They do, and the pass is incomplete. no flags are thrown down here. The pass goes and the clock runs. So the ball is turned over on downs by the Lions in their own territory. I am sure if the score had been close, that would never have happened. You would have seen this ball game with another punt by the Lions. In this case, they decided to give the young guy a chance to get a throw in on that one, and it was incomplete. A little bit high and off the hands of the intended receiver. Now the Lions play defense, and this defensive unit, when they came out the last time, didn't slow Olathe East down. They got into that end zone pretty quickly and fairly easily. Their quarterback remains the same, as he'll be out there now, and Jack Cornell, and he is going to be sacked clear back at the 45-yard line. My goodness, a great rush and sack. Who got that one?
Connor Nowak was back there along with another Lion. They got back there, but Hank, the deal is that was a miscommunication by the quarterback and the running back. The quarterback handed to the right side, but the running back was on the left side. So miscommunication by those two, and at that point in time, it was nothing doing for either one of them, and they didn't have a chance because the Lions got through that line so quick.
Second down, they say he only lost 3. It seemed more than that, but it is 3 yards, and the clock now under 2 minutes and running. Now the quarterback takes the snap, throws it out here to this near side on the sideline, and the ball is taken down, the ball carrier taken down. That's that number 10 that we saw often early in the game, Jaden.
And Jalen Parks makes
Brown.
a stop for the Lions.
That call, of course, doesn't stop the clock. 1:23 to go. I'm sure Olathe East would love to score.
Bryson Newberry in there for the Lions. Bryson Newberry in for the Lions.
Now, they're not really hurrying to do anything right now. Come up to the line slowly with third down and 13 yards to go. Snap back, the new quarterback out there, and he's carrying the ball, and he is drilled. Lawrence now faces a quarterback by the name of Connor Hardy. Connor is a junior and 6'4" and a half.
And Jalen Diddy again with the nice stop and tackle.
Connor Hardy, 6'4" and 185.
Clock is running under a minute now, 39 seconds to go. Looks like they'll run one more play, and that will do it.
Again, this is 4th down and 11 with a half minute to go. Matters not. This is probably the last play. They will continue to let that clock run, and Lawrence High School will have their 3rd victory of the year. And as it turns out, the 3rd victory of the year ends up finishing at 9:38. When these games
and nice little tackle by Bryson Newberry there. You love to see the new guys getting in.
Yeah.
Sophomore, tight end, defensive end. Nice tackle by Bryson to end this game. Lions win it 47-6. Coming to you live from the Hank booth here at Lawrence High School Football Stadium. You've been listening to Lawrence High School Football on 1320 KLWN.
Lawrence High School. Yeah, but go ahead and do a minute. Then I'm going to come back and read off a couple of more of these things I'm supposed to do post-game.
Well, yeah, we've got to do a post-game show. So
I got to get one.